Anyway, we are here now.
Can you guys hear us now? Can you hear me now?
Professional.
Good. Now?
Quickly, thank you everyone who came out there. It was a game fair. It was awesome, great fun. Quick announcements before we get started. Danny?
So I host a show here on Dice Ministry every Monday called Mondays with the Ministry at 1 o'clock Arizona time. Wherever you are, you can figure that out. Where we paint minis or play board games and do whatever the heck we want. If there's something that you guys want to see us do, don't be afraid to let us know. I also am an individual streamer over on my channel, Ep.35, same as my Instagram down below, on Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon and 7 p.m. Again, Arizona time, where I do art or video games or whatever else we're feeling. So yeah, check that out.
Can I give you a gavel and then say sold?
Sorry.
You're good. Next announcements, we have our crafty ladies over here to my left, my wife and KT.
We make all the crafty things.
All of them.
I make these lovely dice bags called dragon sacks. They come in two sizes, large and small, which I don't have in front of me. My shop is the Dragon Sack, one word on Etsy. It is on vacation right now, but I'll be back shortly with new dice bags.
They are super cool, and they hold a ton of dice.
Yes.
Yeah, look at this thing.
Yeah, that's a dragon egg. That will eventually be up for, not that dragon egg, but yeah, extra large dragon eggs will eventually be up for sale.
Sure, I love that was the size of your head.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's on vacation, guys, so I've been drinking juice heavily.
But yeah, they hold like a pound of dice. And yeah, so keep an eye out on my Dragon Sack Instagram, dragonsack_Instagram, and Raksha the Barbarian. I don't know if I'm pointing right at the tag. You will see announcements once back up.
Yay! And then I make assorted dice accoutrements. So yeah, necklaces, keychains, cufflinks, earrings, I don't know, random assorted things. Currently updating the Etsy shop because I made a whole bunch of new stuff for the game fair that hasn't posted yet, so coming soon. My Etsy shop is Geek Me Up Scotty. So geekmeupscotty.etsy.com.
And the URL does not work unless you type it in a Scottish accent.
Yeah. Yes, with umlauts and tildes and all the things.
And RPG Yogi Melissa, she makes these beautiful elf ear cuffs that are wire. I'm just miming. I'm not really wearing them. That you can get on her Etsy shop called the Chic Fae. The CHIC Fae. And she does also assorted dice jewelry as well.
And it's super pretty and awesome. And in all three of our shops, you can use promo code Dice Ministry for 10% off.
Yep.
Yes.
And we are playing D&D, guys, so yes, we fucking ordered pizza. So
Oh
deal
yeah!
with it.
And breadsticks.
And breadsticks.
And maybe cinnamon rolls because I'm weak.
I know I love you for a reason.
So any other announcements? Nothing?
I do want to give my personal apology about the episode being late this week and for the lack of one last week. That's my bad. I apologize. But we finally have another episode of Crit Chicks up on YouTube, and we will continue as scheduled.
Yay!
And on Friday, keep your peepers open for the one-shots from Arizona Game Fair. At least that's the
Oh,
plan.
they were so fun, you guys. They were so
It was so fun.
If y'all were there, look who showed up today.
Aww.
He's well fed. Hi, good boy.
You guys want
Still have his
to
eyes
murder
popped.
my
It's not
children?
enough with that.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? Any announcements?
It was just super cool to meet all you people.
It was.
Yeah.
Super
Yes.
was. It was
Because yeah, we had
so
what?
cool.
Sabriel, Maverick, Wolf,
DMC
Crimson, Emmanuel.
Oh, yeah.
Phenomena.
Italian Terminator.
Oh man, thank you guys so much for coming out.
Yes.
But it was super awesome to meet all of y'all. It was super cool.
It was.
Yes,
Mama
thank
and Papa
you.
Boyle were out there this weekend as well.
Sweet.
So
Yep.
thank you guys. We appreciate all the love and support, and we love you.
Yes. Well, they love you. I don't love anybody except my daughter. That's the only one.
Lies.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, real quickly, next week, make sure you tune in. Tune in every week. Just do it. But next week, some big announcements are coming your way. Tune in. But unless we have anything else, let's go ahead and
Let's do this thing.
pick up where we left off last
Yeah,
time.
where were we?
Yeah, I don't know. Where were
Oh,
we?
you know, just finishing our greatest quest thus far.
In the Temple of the Raven Queen.
So,
With somebody inside a coffin, because that's a brilliant
Because
idea.
that's something.
You guys
Yeah.
don't all sleep in coffins? It's just so she can come out of the coffin at the end of the episode.
so
Yeah.
let's get you all caught up. Last we saw our heroes, the Breaksmix Club. Yeah, they picked that name. Had finally completed your month-long journey across the Crodathan Sea to bury your friend, the hero Azrael. You've made some friends along the way. You've shared in loss. Some of that loss has come back to life, thank God. And you've discovered a semblance of your place in this world. To get an idea of a little foot in the door of what this place has to offer you. But so you are currently in the city of Oslavar. Did it to myself, guys.
Yep.
Where you had just finally laid Azrael to rest. Upon arrival, Perssie, you got an ominous message from a mysterious order that currently serves the Raven Queen.
As you do.
As you do. So, after burying your friend, immediately after burying your friend Azrael, you all decided to take a little trip down to the Temple of the Raven Queen.
We waste no time.
Yes.
We're adventurers, aren't we?
I know.
That's
Yeah,
a
who
lot
wants
of
to
adventure.
Sleep. Man.
Well, sorry.
There's always
It was
one.
8. It was 8. It had to
It's
be
not
me.
always one, it's always
always-
Sheridan.
It had to be me, guys. Sorry. Is
So-
this really a Critchix episode? That doesn't matter.
No, it's not. It's not really
You're
fun.
gonna,
disappointed.
you're gonna like jinx us if it does happen, so it's a requirement now.
So, Raksha, Yoon, Nasara, and Luel. You all find yourselves in a dim but warmly lit subterranean chamber underneath a temple to Balthazar, the god of death, in what is like an antechamber to the Raven Queen. You have just watched your friend Perssie climb into a coffin, a simple wooden coffin, at the behest of a tall female figure in a deep black robes and a veil of dark gray gossamer over her face. The woman closes the coffin. As it closes, Yoon, you ask if Perssie can hear you, to no response. And this woman turns to you all and she lifts her veil over her head, revealing a face of a full-blooded elf with pale white skin and this pitch black hair kind of tucked behind her hood. She has high pronounced cheekbones and a sharp chin, and a sharp chin. But you all are taken aback by the sight of her eyes. They are pitch black, except for what looks to be a cat slit of gold as pupils in her eyes. She looks at all of you and she just says, "The Queen required a test of trust from your friend. I assure you, her soul and body are safe. Your friend will return promptly." And she just stands there and looks at you all. As you hear nothing, you see nothing from the coffin.
Is this promptly in mortal time or in
That's what I
god
was gonna
time?
ask.
Are we talking like within an hour or two, or are we talking like within the next few years?
More like minutes.
Well, that's good.
Okay.
What happens if she fails the test?
Gee, thanks for the vote of confidence.
You're not here from inside.
I do not make those decisions.
Yes, please.
Alright.
So, may I ask, why are you able to talk to us now when you weren't able to say anything before our friend got into the coffin?
I was told not to.
By the Raven.
By my queen, yes.
Also, I just have to say your eyes are really pretty.
She just looks at you, doesn't say anything.
Would I know anything about Balthazar or the Raven Queen in my studies of history?
Make it, since it's history related, make a history check. 15. You know that Balthazar is the god of death. In what you've read, you haven't come across any writings on the Raven Queen. But Balthazar is the god of death, in a way that he is the vehicle which takes souls from this life to the afterlife. He's the transition. He does not seek to kill anybody. He's not wanting for destroying the world or anything. He is the absence of life. That's it. All right.
What does your queen want with Perssie?
That is for her to find out herself.
Do you know anything
Yes.
about your queen
Yes.
and what she wants?
Yes. And she just kind of stands straight next to the coffin.
How long have you been serving the Raven Queen?
Thousands of years.
So is that most of your life?
Many lives.
Do you remember the previous ones?
No.
I was going to ask how you knew then, but I'm assuming that the Raven Queen gave you that knowledge.
It is known amongst us. This is but a vessel for our souls to travel through time.
So is this common then among the... Is acolytes the right term for the servants of the Raven Queen?
We are called the sisters, but yes.
The sisters. So is that common that most of the sisters serve her life after life in the same way?
Not just the sisters, all Shadarkai do.
Are you?
Sharakai?
Shadarkai, yes.
I am not familiar with this term.
Not many are.
Can you enlighten me?
No, I cannot.
Are you all elves?
Yes,
Is the Raven Queen an elf?
she was.
Why does she not let you rest?
That is her will.
Doesn't seem very godly.
Welcome system's pretty lovely.
Depends on whether you think gods are for the benefit of us or for their own benefit.
Well, elves were cursed by the Creator. So we're constantly reborn. I don't mind. I could become an archfey one day. Who knows? But her kind usually. What's the term? They're butthurt about it?
What is her kind?
Elves.
Are you not an elf?
Yes and no. I kind of look at her a little smug. I'm closer to our ancestors than she is. So I'm more godlike than you are.
That may be true. And then she puts her hand up. She says, she wishes to speak to you all.
Sweet.
Such a sorrow.
All right. So, Perssie, you find yourself standing in a circular room made of a reflective black stone-like material, the same material you saw on the temple of Balthazar before. Around you stand 7 withered and ancient-looking elven figures. Hard to tell if they're male or female, but they're wispy white hair. Their skin is pulled tight against their faces. They look old, but kind of what they saw. They each have these black eyes with these gold cat-slit pupils in them. There are no discernible light sources, but a calming, faint blue light does fill the room. And then standing next to a throne made of onyx, carved with images of ravens kind of in flight going up the sides and down the back. You see that same black dragonborn you saw in your visions before, standing kind of next to the throne. He wears this black plate mail armor with a carving in the chest of what looks like a scale that's held in the middle by a skeletal hand and arm. And across his back, you see he does have a great sword sheathed. But sitting on the throne next to him, notice that he is sitting, or he is standing, and then she is sitting. You see a young elven woman. She has deep black hair that flows in curls down her back and down her sides, down to the seat of her throne, and then down to the floor. And when her hair reaches the floor, it turns to shadow. And it seems the shadow just emanates out from her and then up the walls of this room that you're in, up almost to the ceiling. And she just sits there looking at you. And she wears like a full-length black gown, kind of like that neck-high collar and a raven amulet on her chest. And she looks directly at you and smiles. And with a voice of almost a child, but with the sound of wisdom in it, you hear her say, "Hello, Persephone. Welcome to the Shadowfell." As she kind of rises to stand, you see as she stands up, the shadows pull away from the ceiling with her hair. And she goes to move towards you, and the shadows kind of flow with her. She says, "Thank you for accepting my invitation."
Thank you for inviting me. Although I can't say I'm entirely sure why.
Well, I will tell you. You stand in the fortress of memories, in its tallest towers in the Shadowfell, my kingdom of wastelands. Do you know who I am?
I've heard stories. You're a god, an old god from what I've heard tell.
The oldest living. Yes. I am the Queen of Death. She nods towards the Dragonborn standing next to him. He says, and he is the king. Now, we do not yearn for the passing of souls. We do not strive to rend the material plane to enslave it in clutches of undeath. We merely serve as guides for souls that depart the material shackles to their planes of the afterlife. That is who I am.
So what do you want with me?
I should ask, what do you want of me? For I deal in fate, Persephone. In the fates that all are meant to walk. I offer you this. She kind of takes another step towards you, kind of getting closer, the shadows pulling closer around you. To unbind you from the pact with the one who would ravage your fate. Twist it into an abomination that would serve her selfish purpose upon your world. I offer you the chance to walk the fate that you build, Persephone. To make your life what you want of it. But before my full offer, my question still stands. What do you seek?
I don't know anymore. When I left my home, I was a child for all intents and purposes. And I had a child's dream. I don't know if that's feasible anymore. I made a deal with a goddess once before, thinking that it was what I wanted. And she asked things of me that I couldn't give. I want to protect my friends. I want to keep them safe from her. That's what I want from you.
So at this point, the rest of you kind of standing in this room around this coffin, after you've had this conversation with this woman in this room, all of a sudden from this coffin in the middle you see the shadows start to pour out of it and spread up the walls. And you see 7 spires of still darkness around you. In the middle of the room, you can see Persephone. Perssie, clear as day. Translucent, doesn't seem to notice your presence, but you see her there. And in front of her, you just see this massive, swirling shadow, kind of writhing about, twisting in on itself. Every now and then you might see you think what you see is a bird kind of fly out of it and fly back in. There are no eyes that you can discern from this, but you can tell that it is focused on Persephone. And it's when you hear a voice boom out, soothing but loud, filling the whole chamber. And you hear her say, "I have seen the threads of fate that you have, and may one day yet weave, as I have seen some of your companions as well. You will weave such a tapestry together, but it will be one of your own choices, upon your own volition, Persephone. One that will unite or destroy kingdoms, uplift or bend worlds to their knees, even ascend new gods to the heavens, or firmly seat old ones to their thrones. I give you this chance for one favor in return. Are you interested?" And she starts to just kind of rise around the darkness, kind of filling everything that you can see.
I think you know the answer.
It's at this point that each one of you sees another spectral form stride to your side. Yoon, you see an elderly dwarven man stand next to you in purple and blue robes. Looks up at you with this kind of apologetic look on his face. Doesn't say anything. He just kind of looks at you and then turns towards what you see in front of you.
I'm patting him on the head.
Raksha, Moonbow walks up to your side in a spectral form and then just sits, still towering over you. The well. You feel a warm embrace strip over your shoulders as your mother stands next to you, just looking on into what you see in front of you as well. Nasara, you see Sophrono, your patron, stands looking at you with this odd smile, takes a step back, and you see him kind of make way as he kind of disappears. And you see this tall elven man step forward in armor made of wood and like hardened leaves, and he has this curved greatsword on his back. This reddish hair kind of into a braid on the back of his head. Don't recognize him at first until you see his eyes. It's Phantom. Stands next to you. And then you hear the voice again. In return for your freedom, she grows larger around you, looming. You must defend fate. Seek out and rip undeath from its roots like weeds in the spring. Willing souls may be guided back to living forms, but you will abandon your desire to make abominations and ensure that those who are meant to pass from this world stay as such. You will be an agent of fate and champion of death. Will you take this mantle? Will you become a knight of the darkness beyond? Beholder of the wills and fate, and master of your own mind, Persephone, as she is just looming over you, ravens now flying all around you through her, and as they kind of pass around you, you see quick images of your friends standing there looking at you.
I have to ask one question.
She grows larger.
Was it my mother's time?
She looms over you, looking down upon you. No.
If I take up this mantle, if I choose to serve you, am I to abandon that quest?
Your fate, your will is your own. As you feel a hand underneath your feet lifting you up, you find yourself standing on her hand as she lifts you in front of her face as she grows larger and larger.
Can I accept?
With this resounding explosion of sound, all of a sudden you all are back in the room as normal. Perssie stands not in the coffin but in the room in front of you. The shadow's gone.
Wait, what just happened?
Is she still old?
She is not.
You're not old anymore! Thanks. Wait, does that mean...
I might have made a new deal.
What about Minerva?
Mavira?
I'm just calling her Minerva. That's just what I call her.
Are you still connected to Mavira? Or did this sever it?
Do I feel any different? Like, would I be able to tell?
You feel a little younger.
Imagine your skin is a little tighter.
Yeah.
Wow, what is this?
You went and got your injections.
Yeah.
Very good.
She said I could have my freedom.
So is it okay to call Mavira a jerkface now?
That's why I call her Minerva.
I mean, I'm sure you could, but I'm not sure if she's quite done with wanting payback.
Yeah, well, let her come. We'll kick her ass.
Yeah, we did it last time.
Yeah.
Well, we killed her, servants' asses, which
I mean, first steps, baby steps. Like,
Yeah.
wasn't the easiest thing in the world.
baby steps, that's what I said.
Hey, we survived. We're fine.
What
So-
did she want in exchange?
I mean, you all heard.
Yeah, we
That
heard her
last
say.
bit.
Oh,
we
you
did.
did? Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, she said it's up to me, which, after the last couple of months, sounds kind of nice.
Did she say something about wanting a favor in return, though?
She said I had to, I don't know, undead weeds, something.
The whole speech that you took from
I
it.
know. You might want to pay attention to what God says to you one-on-one.
I paid attention.
It's all the emotions in the moment.
Luau wants to step up and just grab her by the face and look into her eyes.
So Luo is like bending down to look at you.
Can I help you, Luau?
This means Luau no longer has to worry about killing friend, right? In future, Luau had promised that
Yes.
we over lines of stepping. And
I know. I'll try not to give you another reason.
Yeah, at least not for this particular reason.
Are there lines
You know
on the
us.
floor?
For what?
Are there lines on the floor, like in the design? Oh, thank God, I'm not standing on a line. I don't want you to tell me either.
No. Well, it's the unnatural things. You no longer seek to do the things.
No more abominations. So,
Yay.
No more Dick Army?
So why did? They were all rotten anyhow.
Yeah, I
They
left
were
them back
kinda
at the.
There's probably some poor
Okay,
stable boy
but you know
probably
what?
found them in
They
Rossman.
started stinky. So
And
it's
suddenly
okay.
I'm just like, no, they're dicks!
I'm gonna whisper to Raksha and be like, we can still have a Dick Army.
I mean, have you
I
met
mean,
some
that's
people yet?
I mean, don't you already?
Right.
And the whole time this woman just stands there just looking at you all,
Yeah.
watching
So-
you all talk.
I do have a question then. So, if the Raven Queen is all about passing over and no abominations and bringing people back, why did I see my master?
Yeah, why did I see my patron?
Did I?
And Phantom in human form. It was weird. I say that to the chick. That was weird.
Phantom's dead?
No.
Well, okay, but at Moonbow and I'm assuming we saw each other's.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. And another Tabaxi who was very familiar with Luel, so I'm assuming family.
Luau's mother.
See? Yeah. So what's that?
What's with the mind games?
Are you allowed to bring people's spirits back, but not their bodies?
That's what Lady said, right? Because we heard it, right?
Yeah, willing souls
Yeah.
can be brought back to their
So
corporeal
this was
forms.
the one that Luau was okay with being brought
Wait.
back. And
They can come back to their corporeal form, so you can bring them back to life. You just can't bring them back to undead life.
Yeah.
I'm so. I hope you understand this a lot better than I do because this is all very confusing.
One is, I suppose, like I brought you back from the dead,
willing
and
soul.
you wanted to come back, and
That
you are
is true.
in control of your own body. I have nothing to do with it, as opposed to bringing back a zombie that would be under my control.
And we're
Because
not
you
undead.
promised you wouldn't do that. So yes. Okay. See, you understand it a lot better. You can explain it really clearly to me because I just punch things. Sometimes shoot them with arrows. I don't
Hush will
understand
be
the magic
very
stuff.
relieved to hear the news.
Yes.
Hush is also going to be very glad he does not have to kill a friend.
Do you trust her?
Yes.
Okay.
I think I know what I need to do now. And I can stop cutting myself, so that's nice.
That is very good.
Is that why I smell blood all the time?
Well, and you are traveling in a group of girls.
There's that.
Sorry. You guys should see all the men in the room are just.
I don't understand.
I was wondering.
Yeah,
when
what's
that
the
was gonna come
menstruation
up.
cycle?
Dude, yeah, right.
Every
Every 9 years. Okay, so I'm
That's
gonna
pretty nice.
I'm gonna turn to
Every
the veiled
year.
elven sister. Yeah, sorry, you have to talk now. Do I just address you as sister, or do you have a name that I can address you by?
She kind of, as you all have been talking, she kind of stops and looks at you all. She goes, "My name is Olakrana."
That's a very pretty name.
So, does that make our friend Perssie a sister, or is that a separate step?
I assume she was made champion.
Whoa.
Oh, that sounds different.
And there's suddenly Queen blasting out of nowhere.
Yeah. So, again,
Plot twist, it's bicycle.
yeah.
Fat
bottom girls,
So,
come on.
Are you the bicycle?
I can't. Yes.
Anyway,
So, for the uninitiated, What's the difference between a sister and a champion?
We serve her will. A champion serves their own.
How many champions does the Raven Queen have?
As far as I know, one.
So I'm more of an independent contractor.
You're so special.
Oh wait, what about
So does that mean?
You Blackwater.
So does she get reborn for eternity, or as a
Does
champion?
also the Raven
Oh,
Queen?
Oh yeah. Well,
I'm so confused by all of this.
Not necessarily, no.
He's not a sister. What about Doran?
Yeah. What about Doran? What about the men? Do any men serve the Raven Queen?
Absolutely, they do. Yes.
And what is their title, the names? Because they're obviously not sisters.
I hope you know I'm always calling Doran Sister Doran.
I was gonna say, do we call Doran's sister
He
Doran?
knows Divine Smite, just saying.
If he wastes that on me,
He would never. I would kill him.
besides, he's met me.
Yeah.
He knows.
And she just says, it depends on what he does. In what capacity does he serve?
I mean,
The Raven Queen or Nasara?
warrior. Well, there you go.
Who is Nasara?
She is.
So
He
how?
serves you?
Not me. I mean.
Or do you?
No, he doesn't serve her. He services her.
Oh, that's
okay,
what I'm
stop
looking
it.
for.
Can we not? Can I? He serves the Raven Queen, and only the Raven Queen. Okay.
Understood. In what capacity?
I mean, he's like a great warrior.
He has a raven on his sword, doesn't he?
I can't remember.
It's an axe.
Nasara remembers.
It's a battle axe. So
Oh, it's a
it
battle
looks
axe.
looks like a feather.
Nasara
Yeah.
knows that. She knows that.
Does she?
She's been too occupied with his sword to worry about his axe.
Yeah.
Which one?
Oh my goodness. We should stop.
I'm so proud of you.
Is he oath bound?
I think so. I'm gonna say yes. Nasara says yes.
Depends on his oath. What he would be called.
So
Don't ask me.
I'm just gonna call him sister.
approximately how many different ranks or titles or whatnot are there within the Raven Queen service?
Dozens.
So a lot. So are the sisters kind of like the highest tier, the inner circle,
In
the closest to the Raven Queen?
within the temples, yes.
Okay. Because it sounds like we might be interacting with her a bit more, so I want to make sure that we're understanding the hierarchy a little bit.
Well,
So what are you champion of, Miss Champion?
Apparently killing your guys' asses.
yeah. I'm just saying. I'm the only one you have not had to bring back.
Well, now you jinxed it.
So, if you want to explain the changes that have been made,
So quite a few actually.
While she's doing that, I can help you with that if you want, Nasara.
No.
I'm just kidding. Can you all not tell when I choke?
So the one that you guys are going to care about the most, I don't have to roll for healing spells anymore. I just do max healing.
Yes.
Oh my
Woo! I love
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's awesome.
Yeah. Other than that, I can cast a couple of spells at like range supposed to touch. Everything else is pretty much the same. I kept the same spells.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Max health. All right.
and you get to negate natural 20s.
Yep.
Nice.
Holy man.
Yeah, that one.
Yep.
Oh, 3 times per long rest. That's nice.
Mhm.
Holy mackerel.
Mhm.
Jesus.
That's amazing.
Now just on her.
No, anyone
No,
within 30
as a
feet.
reaction, she can negate.
Yeah, anyone
up to
within 30
30
feet of
per-
me.
Yep.
And so that's when we really hope we're not fighting her at any point.
That's why the melee people remember to stay in range of the healer.
Maybe the healer needs to stay
Yeah.
close to us.
I know, because when the
Tie a rope
spell
around
slingers
her.
all try to stay like 200 yards back,
Yeah.
it's a little hard.
Olakrana says, well, that's just common knowledge, is it not?
Yeah,
You would think so.
it does make sense, but then what are the melee people supposed to do? They have to be right up front, so then they complain about not being close enough to heal, so you see the conundrum?
No.
No.
It was You guys not so much rule breaker, but Zan had a bad habit of
Running off on her own.
doing the things.
That was me.
Zan did. Zan jumped 2 boats over.
That's true.
That's true. But I feel like I taught her that move or something.
You taught her to leave the party behind?
I learned after I died because of it.
Well, at least one of us.
Oh yeah, you did that.
Yeah, see, Zan never died from it, so...
Close.
Did Zan get you after? Did you have to?
No.
No.
No, it
so
was
technically
me,
and Zan.
and she herself.
I haven't died, which is lucky because if I did, you died, we'd be screwed.
I know, it's like, what are we gonna do?
Love
Yeah.
to try.
When you guys say that, Olakrona says, find the nearest Raven Queen temple.
Ooh.
Whoa.
How long would we have to do that?
10 days, I believe.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh, so you
Cool,
just automatically get gentle repose? No?
She comes back
as you say that in game, like, yeah, it's just a repose on her, totally right?
They probably cast higher level resurrection spells.
No, I
Yeah.
mean, like,
Yeah,
on
but I don't
Pearl,
get
the
turned
reason
in
that
dead
we
in the
get-
10 days. Hypothetically.
Hypothetically, yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, what was it that you were casting to not have the bodies rot? Is
Gentle
because-
repose, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if we have 10 days together there, does that mean...
No,
Okay.
you have to deal with a rotting corpse for 10 days
Okay.
until you get her to a place where they can cast raise
I
dead.
was just
Yum.
curious. Clarifying.
Or, you know, if you have reincarnation, I wouldn't mind coming back as like a dwarf.
Whoa. Okay.
Well, does not have this yet. Others as well.
Can you just imagine Percy in like an old dwarf's body?
No, just imagine Percy with a giant fluffy beard.
Yep.
Wait,
Yes.
would you be a man dwarf or a female dwarf?
Doesn't matter, they both have giant fluffy beards.
She'd
Could you
legit
imagine
walk up
Percy
in
as a
bars
man
and
dwarf
be
though?
like,
He'd be like, I'm gonna helicopter all day long.
You would be your own dick army.
She can beat people with her dick. I whip it out.
Let's not get
Well,
Percy and
Bludgeoning damage. What?
Out to here.
Can you tell we're relieved? Sorry about all the Dick Army references. We'll try to be a little more mature from now on.
No, we won't.
No, we won't.
Okay, we won't. But
What is the term that is said? I will not hold my breath.
There
Sounds
you go.
like a plan.
Good response.
yeah,
Should we get out of here then?
I need a drink. Does anybody else need a drink?
I've been asking for hours.
Someone would say that.
are you
Let's
sure
go.
that the Raven Queen allows you to imbibe?
I'm taking out my flask and just glug, 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 glug.
Oh my gosh.
Does not seem to react.
She said I was something my own fate. Let's go get drunk.
Yeah, you make
That's
your own
what I
thing.
said
Let's
before we
go
came
get drunk.
here. I need booze.
Why do we get drunk like 3 times an episode?
Because we can.
Because shit
I
happens.
am-
Dungeons and Dragons, guys.
Because Nasara has a problem.
That's true. Kids, do not act like our characters do.
Is there
Yeah.
a
Nasara darts.
like a
Do that.
donation box of any sort?
There is. It's right by the front door.
Okay, I'm gonna go drop a platinum in it.
Okay. Put a platinum in there. Your Paragon level goes up. About 2 points.
We don't talk about
Renegade goes down.
that. And I'm just gonna turn to Olakrona? Did I get that
Close.
right?
Olakrona.
Olakrona.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say thank you.
She says, and at this point, if you guys are going up, her veil's back over her face. She bows to you and she says, "You're welcome, champion."
And what?
And then Nasara's like,
You're welcome, champion.
I'm gonna bow and like super deep and awkwardly on the way out.
Well,
we
just
leave 'em?
gonna scoop her arm under Nasara's and just kind of like get her out of the temple before she says anything else offensive.
Before we leave, I'm gonna say Percy really seems to like your god, so sorry.
finger guns.
She just awkwardly backs out of the temple.
Hey!
Yeah, I'm imagining SpongeBob.
Plus, I'm also wondering what this is supposed to be since guns don't exist yet.
I mean, it's Eldritch Blast. Eldritch Blast.
That's not much.
Magic missile!
It's just crossbows.
Yeah.
And she just goes, she gives you like an awkward nod and then turns around and walks away and back into the temple.
Oh my gosh.
So, you all exit the Inn Spire, as it's called, onto the back streets of Oslavar. Got it right. It's that muddy road in front of you from yesterday's rain. There are shanties and shacks all around you. There are a few poor folk who kind of mill back and forth. What would you all like to do?
What time of day is it?
It's about noon.
No, Sarah, where's the nearest bar?
Make a perception check.
Fuck. I'm gonna use my new dice that I got.
Yeah,
Okay.
break it in.
Fuck!
That's a natural one.
Oh,
Are there people about?
So, with your scent, you go to smell, and you catch the smell of a bar. But it literally is just the smell of old bar rag.
oh.
Like you know where it's at. You get a sense of where it would be, but you get the scent that this might not be the best place to go.
All I smell is stink bar.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
probably right not next to a death temple.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go a little further in, and then let's just try to find the rowdiest place we can.
What do you think they
Are
make
there
their booze
Are
out
there
of?
any people walking
There's a
around?
few, yeah.
I'd like to stab one of them and
Okay.
ask them.
Stop one of them.
Where'd you say stab?
Like you're gonna stab.
Stab them.
Murder the streets, guys. Campaign changes. Let's do this.
Murder
Alright.
those. Just yeah.
Yeah.
So you stop this man. Make a persuasion check for him.
Ooh, that's not bad. 19.
Okay. So you stop this man. He looks a little older. He's wearing like farming clothes, very dirty. Looks like he hasn't, and smells like he hasn't bathed in a few days. But he kind of goes to pass you as you stop him, and he looks at you as you approach.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
We're looking for a bar in somewhere we can get drunk.
Well, do you want to get out of this district? I'll tell you that.
Good music.
Good music.
Good music, good drink, good food. Where can we find this?
Well, not here, unfortunately, but I'll point you in the direction of a good one. You'll want to go to. You want to go to the Gypsy and Wayne. It's in a residential district, not 4 blocks this way. And he points back into the city, kind of closer towards the Palace district.
What color is that?
Purple.
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
No, it's actually gonna be orange.
What district?
Residential.
He didn't. It's a residential district.
Oh, I
It's-
thought you said what district.
No. He didn't say what district, but he kind of points.
The gypsy and what? I'm sorry.
Wayne. Wayne.
Like, Wayne's World. Got it.
No.
Uh-huh.
No,
I
like
know.
the Wayne.
Waiting.
Waxing and waning.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
I'm gonna.
I just have to give her a hard time about it.
I'm gonna toss the
It's okay.
silver. Thank you for your time, sir.
He.
Catch it. Oh.
And
I'm gonna pick it up, clean it off, and hand it to him.
Are you sure he needs it? He doesn't look like he's got long left.
Okay,
And I'm
Raksha.
gonna scoop her.
Yeah, we're all guys.
Slap my hand over her mouth.
He looks at you all as you drag Raksha away. Very confused, Raksha away as he looks at the coin.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so you all head to the Gypsy and Wayne. Okay, so
I'm not always gonna think of this bar as Wayne's World.
I'm calling it.
We're going to
Wayne. I'm
Wayne's World.
spelling it like.
Speaking of old, Wayne's World.
so as you
Shut up!
all
It's my favorite movie.
walk through the districts that you were in, you finally find your way to the main road that will lead you directly to the district that you're appointed to. On the way there, you hear a town crier kind of passing by. He keeps repeating the same thing over and over again, and as he just kind of passes by, he's like a middle-aged human male, bald head, the one little tuft of hair sticking up from the top, with the side the Jean-Luc Picard going on.
Yes.
Nice.
And he's dressed all hoity-toity, but like worn hoity-toity. Like he
Okay.
he could have afforded it one day long ago, but
He's
he
trying to
had the
pull
same
up,
suit
but-
for a little while.
Yeah.
Let out a couple of times.
Got a couple
And-
white stains here and there.
Yeah.
And you hear him say, by order of King Stormguard, the protectors of the hero Azrael and Knights of Rethega return to your ship post haste. An important message awaits you. As he keeps walking.
But
By order of King Stormguard, the protectors of...
Hey! I'm gonna walk up to him and be like, so you're yelling for us, so what's your message?
I don't have the message. The message is waiting for you at
No,
the
what
ship.
are you yelling? Say it again.
And he kind of holds this paper open and he says, by order of King Stormguard, the protectors of the hero Azrael and Knights of Rethega return to your ship. You're the Knights of Rethega?
Yes.
Post haste. An important message awaits you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, that sounds like us. We should.
Okay,
so we have time
job
for drinks?
completed.
No.
You can go home early.
Thank
you. As he kind of closes the scroll and turns around and walks back the direction that he can.
I'm gonna
Damn it. Who was never going to get a drink?
I'm gonna hand you my flask.
Who was going to finish it?
You realize there is like barrels of rum or
That's
ale
true.
Who
on
else
their
is so
ship.
tired of the
I wanna
gross
see the
swill
town.
they have on ship? Who wants real drinks?
Well, let's go get our message, and then we can go get drunk and
come
back.
back. Yeah. Okay, let's go.
I
hand
have
you
some
back
shopping
your
I wanna do.
flask empty.
All right, let's go back towards the
Okay.
ship.
So you take about 20-30 minutes to walk back to the Hellcat. As
It's like all powdered.
yeah, everyone's powdered. And as you approach the Hellcat, you see that there are supplies being loaded on, supplies being loaded off. The crew still kind of helping with that process. It is back to its original form, the smaller, worn version of the Hellcat you're not used to. And then as you approach, you see that there's this young boy standing on, like right in front of the gangplank, looking up into the ship. And you see Zagal standing there with this big old smile on his face, looking down at him. And from what you can gather, it looks like he's giving this kid a hard time.
How old is the kid look?
Make a perception check. As you kind of see him like turn around and kind of march back and forth, his face is all red.
The kid is?
Yeah,
15.
15. Probably in his early teens, early to mid-teens.
Does he look scrawny enough that I could pick him up?
I feel like anybody,
I'm
yes.
gonna, I'm gonna walk up behind him.
So as you walk up to him, you see that he is wearing very fine clothes. He's wearing this doublet that has like these alternating vertical stripes of purple and yellow, and he's wearing these tights. One leg is purple, one leg is yellow, and this muffin cap is purple with his yellow little
Okay.
tassel on the top. As he's looking at the Zagal, and you're gonna approach, and you're gonna.
and I'm
pick him
gonna pick him up, like, put my hands under his shoulders and just pick him up and start walking up the gangplank with him.
He said, as the Zagal just looks.
So Zagal, who's your friend?
I have no idea.
Why are we taking him on the ship?
I don't know, but it's hilarious.
Raksha, do you want to maybe put the boy down for a bit?
Who are you?
Oh, want to tickle him first?
Who are you?
No. I'm just a simple page.
I'll just stop in the middle of the gangplank holding him.
Oh, do you have the message?
I do.
Raksha, put the boy down for a moment.
Put him down.
Thank you.
Hi, we're the Knights of Rethega, yada yada yada. Message.
I'm Jonathan Whitmore, and he like bows deeply to you all, and he
Do
says,
like a quick curtsy.
he
Yeah,
says,
okay.
my ladies, and
Oh, don't do that. Don't.
Tortle, is that what I was told? Anyway, the message is that you Knights of Rethega are hereby invited to supper with King Harold Stormguard IV, Queen Delena Stormguard and the royal family, and the Council of Five in the royal dining hall of Baygate Castle on this eve 2 hours past sundown.
This sounds really stuffy.
Do we need to dress up?
Okay, have we done this?
And he says,
Supper.
casual evening attire is permitted. I will take my leave as he bows.
On the bridge.
When is how far away
Like,
is
it's
sundown?
Seeker, so.
It's still past noon, so you have like 6 hours till sundown.
How long
Okay.
does it take to get to the castle from here?
20 minutes walk.
How long does it take to get inside the castle, through all the guards, and to the dining hall?
Another 5 minutes or so.
That's all? You need better security.
Dang, are we gonna? Yeah, does this mean we get to have another shopping episode?
Can
No! Oh my
Dresses
god.
and hairdos and
what is casual?
Len, you got this.
Take it from here.
I still have my stash.
Nasara, what is casual attire? What we're wearing now.
Fancy, but not super fancy.
This is our traveling clothes.
Yeah.
Luasco has a big sleevey thing we bought.
I'm sure we all still have our fancy garbs from that.
Yeah, you guys still have your fancy clothes from the.
Raksha was not
What are
though.
fancy clothes?
Which means we need to go shopping for Raksha.
But he would know what Raksha is, right? I mean, this is.
She's dressed. That counts as casual clothes.
What
That's
are
very
fancy
true.
clothes? I would like to see fancy clothes.
What do Fae wear to court?
No, please no.
Let's go shopping.
Have you never had that sort of clothing before?
No.
Guys, we have to pop our fancy clothes cherry.
Okay. Is Raksha gonna stay Raksha and not.
Ooh, are we gonna be fall Raksha? We
Make
haven't met
a
fall Raksha
charisma
yet.
saving
Summer,
throw.
Summer Raksha was. No.
Summer-
Was it Summer Raksha that was Happy Raksha?
No, it's spring Raksha.
That was spring
Okay.
Raksha,
No,
yeah.
that was autumn Raksha.
Yeah, Autumn
Raksha
Raksha
was
is all
all
about
about
feasts and.
Oh, so is it
Charisma?
summer that we haven't met yet?
No,
Christmas
we
Eve.
haven't.
That's spring.
It was
Christmas
when
Eve?
Right.
Yeah, that's when she hulked out.
15?
Okay, you managed to stay Raksha.
Alright!
Winter Raksha.
Okay, so what
so
do we
this
need?
means we still get you like blues and grays and purples then.
What do we need to do? Is there something that we need to do before this dead feast? Whatever.
Get
But you're
drunk
saying
and
this-
start to
you
get
see
out of the
this-
hangover?
Dwarven hand stick up as the gall, kind of like. Actually,
What's up,
yeah, I have some stuff
Okay,
for you all.
What's
Yeah.
up?
Since this is now yours, he kind of motions to the Hellcat.
Do we get to keep you too?
That's what I was gonna talk about.
Oh no.
Okay.
So, yes, but we need to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We've been paid for this job, but going forward, I will tell you about 200 gold a month. What's going to cost to run this crew on this ship?
Alright, that's
Okay.
that's
Feasible.
yeah, that's reasonable.
Do we have 200 gold a month?
I mean,
Well,
I'm sure.
understands why pirates are.
Well, so here's the question: is it just 200 gold a month while we are using the Hellcat, or is it 200 gold a month every month, regardless
I'm
of whether
assuming
we're
they'd be on retainer.
As long as you want this crew to be available to the Hellcat, 200 gold a month is what it's going to take.
cool?
Now,
Alright.
Basically,
That
it was
is
just
more
me
than
wondering.
fair.
Yeah, no, it was
Thank
just me
you.
wondering if you
Yeah.
guys do side jobs or things like that. Okay.
Okay.
One question for you.
yes.
What would it cost to build a bar?
On the hill.
On the
We
ship?
don't need to build a bar.
Yes,
we just
we
need,
do.
We need to just
We need a
stock.
fully stocked bar.
Yeah, we just need to stock better liquor. We don't have to build an actual bar.
But
for
it would
us.
be
But
so
it'd be
cool.
fun.
I can line up a few barrels and put a plank over it. That'll be a bar, which the
There.
buy some
That
better.
works.
I will tell you that 200 gold does include supplies. If you want to add another 25 gold that month, we can get some extra.
I'm giving him a
fancy-
platinum. I'm saying, stock our bar. You've seen us drink.
My gods,
I just
have.
I just gives the gall the
He goes. Understood,
Yes.
Ansar.
not
Also,
that
feel
I
free
trust
to
you.
make one of the ale barrels, like ale. In water for when we need those soap.
Understood.
I want to hand Zagal 5 more platinum.
He's just.
Booze.
Oh my god! How about
Well, how about let's pay the crew first,
You
and then
understand this
worry
is
about
this
the
is
booze.
60 gold worth in my hand, right? This
Yep.
is
Is
So-
it?
That's,
Yes.
Okay, so that's booze for 3 more months then.
okay. So this is just for the alcohol. I'm just using this to stock up.
The 200 gold includes the supplies
Yes.
and all that kind of stuff.
Well, good food.
okay.
Are we snobs now? What is this? We have to have nice alcohol and nice food when we're flying in our fancy airship.
Position in life where she has choice on what she eats. Lou, I would like to choose to
That-
not eat whatever is
Two
given to
of
her.
those platinum will be food.
Okay.
Oh dear lord.
Understood.
We'll
As he
figure out amongst us
lifts
how to
he
pay
lifts
the
a
rest
glass
of it
and
for
just
you.
like understood.
And
Okay.
this one's not allowed to cook
So-
any of it.
Wait, Lua
Let's-
has a quick question for you. How far away is Halvik?
On the ship?
Yes.
About a day.
Okay. Well, has businesses there, so.
What? The nicest steak that you can
Oh my
find here.
goodness.
How much would that cost?
A single steak?
Like, big piece of steak.
How much for a cow?
You want us
The
to bring a
nicest
cow?
cow.
You want us to bring a nice cow on board?
No, we don't.
Not in pieces.
Oh
No.
my god! Can we figure this out after we go to this
How about we
fancy
just
feast?
go
Fancy
to a
feast?
nice pub and order steaks?
So you know that meat is perishable, right? There's no
Yeah.
meat.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Here.
Yeah, but you don't cure steaks. You cure hardtack.
You cure meats. Enough salt, you can cure anything.
Yeah, which is hardtack.
You
But I would
that.
like to.
Tack is bread.
Don't use the nice steaks. If you guys get those nice steaks, I expect that you invite the good old Seagal here, your oldest, your now oldest friend on the material plane.
I want to cook steak for you all.
See, good celebration. We completed our
But
mission.
also, like, whoever smells it gets good steak. Like, we don't get good steak just for Seagal and us. Like, the entire crew gets good
That's
steak
why we wanted
because
to
they can
know.
smell it.
There's a small crowd like
Oh my
gathering
God.
around you.
Okay,
Yes.
before we say anything else, how about let's go and
We'll
get
get
ready.
back to you on that cow.
We'll get back
Just
to you
hold
on the
that.
cow.
I'll hold off on the cow.
Definitely get the booze.
I'm getting the booze.
All right,
There's no cow for the
Let's-
moment.
Let's
Find a connection.
I'm working on it right now.
I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna give him a hug and be like, I'm so sorry, but
This is your life from now on.
He pats you on the back and he says, "I've had much, much worse."
oh well. Come on, ladies, you gotta try harder. Love you too.
Oh fuck! As he turns and he walks back towards his cabin.
Okay, so we're getting her dressed. And wait, did we want to get our clothing?
Yes,
off
we
the
need
ship real
we need
quick?
to get our. I'm just gonna go grab my little hat thing, my little cane, and my sash.
Yeah, we'll quickly get dressed in her
And I'm gonna-
bat sleeve, nice pant, whatever combo.
Yeah. I'll put on my nice cloak, I guess, and I'll put my face on.
And I'll put on my dress.
Now that your face is.
Now my face is back to normal.
And I'm gonna like braid my hair all cool. Or let you guys do it because I think
Yeah.
you guys did it last
They
time.
did. They did. So where are you guys looking for? What are you guys doing?
Are we gonna buy a dress for us?
We should go get booze first.
Well, that's
We
what.
have like 6 hours before.
What if
No.
we get free booze at Castle?
No, the thing is, what we need to do
Reading.
because they have to make your dress,
Oh.
or they have to alter it. So, and we probably don't need dress. We would probably want like a nice like pantsuit combo
What
for
if
this
what
one.
if Rosh wants to wear a dress?
Yeah.
Nonetheless, there's not many ladies as
It's tall, so it's gonna have to be altered. So we go
Must
to the tailor, we make the order, then we go get drunk, then we come back, sober up a little bit, pick up her dress, get her dressed, go to the castle.
Okay, let's do that.
It's
I've,
like just
I've
after
literally
midday.
had Saturdays like this before, guys. This is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
So it's like just after midday, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I have one question. What does my shield look like?
So it looks like a kite shield,
So
but it's
remember last
it's
time?
covered in leather.
Don't you
Well,
have
no,
the
I'm talking about the scale.
the platinum,
That I
the one
use
from
this
Bahamut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it's covered in leather. If you take the leather off, it looks just like a
Right,
dragon
but
scale.
last time it had a chain that was like magically on it.
Oh, you want to look at that and see? Yeah, that chain is gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
remember what I was talking
let's-
about.
let's go find a dress for Raksha
I know.
and then go to the bar pregame.
I'll let you look at my Google Docs one day.
I'm allowed to give you shit.
Okay, cool.
But maybe not pregame
Too hard.
much.
Not too
'cause
hard.
This is new.
Let's just find a place
We
that
need
we
to not
like.
piss off this ruler as well.
Yeah, let's find a place that we like.
Velosto stands by the last one. Does not.
Yeah, a little iffy.
Okay,
But he was not even king. This is king.
so
Yeah.
we need to find a dress shop. So
Okay.
we are going to
Let's look
ask
for a big and tall
around.
sword.
Yeah, for a dress shop.
All right, so
sounds
skill
like
challenge, everybody. Everyone can make one. So, what are you guys going to do? Quit looking at your skills. Just tell me what your character is going to do to help find this dress shop.
I'm stopping someone that I find on the way, preferably a well-dressed lady.
Persuasion check.
I am just looking in each window and looking for something that looks interesting, but also tall enough for this one, and also with options in case she wants to be able to do like kicking or hold things.
Investigation check.
I am going to, because I have no idea what fancy dress is, I'm just going to assume it's the glitteriest, sparkliest thing out there, and look for anything with lots of shinies.
Perception check.
I just imagined Kaylee from Firefly in that episode where she's wearing a super pink dress.
I'm in a dress!
Yeah.
Luau wants to try to remember if she saw anything while they were doing the funeral convention. We were walking very slow.
History check.
Cool beans.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Being Miss R and being like, ooh, what's this?
Looking for
Oh, hey, I have a tail.
This check.
Yeah.
Playing with Phantom. Pulling Phantom out and being like, why
Why
are you human?
I'm gonna. So I'll back Phantom out. I'm gonna look for ladies of a similar build, and be like, hey, beautiful lady.
There of a song.
I'll make that an insight check.
Oh my gosh, can we please make this her quinceañera?
Oh
That's
no!
what I was wondering.
All right.
Yes, it's the best.
Checks on table. Start with Raksha.
9.
No. Okay.
15.
Okay.
23.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
5.
Okay.
I like how it goes from worst to best to worst.
With your powers combined, you are pointed to a shop called the Hooded Maiden.
Really? Really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That sounds classy as fuck.
Right?
Are we sure she's still a maiden if it's hooded?
So
Probably, actually.
you walk into this small shop. It's a 2-story timber and brick building, and it looks like the top portion is an apartment, but the bottom floor is it's actually has like well-made furniture in it. Everything looks like hand carved and bespoke to the area itself, and out. As you guys walk in, there's this wall behind a desk, and behind this desk there's this beaded curtain that hangs in the doorway. And as you all enter, this half-elven male walks through, dressed. I mean, it's basically wearing like a short jacket with no shirt underneath and tight leather, like black leather pants. As he walks through and says, "Welcome to the Hooded Maiden. How can I help you?"
You're my new best friend.
Yep, we just found our gay
Oh,
BFF.
girl, hi.
Well, I mean, Pride is next weekend. We have to
So I'm gonna like Vanna White to Raksha
Yeah.
and
And
just
Persie's
be
on the
like,
other side, like.
our friend here, and we have been invited to a ball this evening.
Oh, with the blues. I get to match to the blues. This is so amazing. Thank you all for bringing this specimen. Come, darling. Come, let me see you.
So
Let
did
me
you
see
know
you.
I'm also your
here's-
specimen?
Here's the other thing. It's in 6 hours.
It's
Um,
the king.
6.
No, isn't it 4 hours? Because it's 2 hours before dawn. Or
No.
So 2 hours
After.
after.
2 hours after.
Yeah.
So it's 8 hours.
And he goes,
8.
"Ooh, a challenge for the king. How are you all getting in to see the king?"
Oh, you know, we're just
The
nice.
connections.
Give me this time. He's. Anyway, what is your name?
Oh my gosh.
So I are just like,
Raksha.
we're like, we have
Your
hot
legs are
eyes.
divine, girl. Come with me. Come with me. What colors do you like? Tell me.
Blue.
Of course. Of course.
She's
It would
a
be
simple kind of
She needs
amazing
silvers and purples.
Purples are good, yes.
Bring
And
out those winter. She's
I
a
think
winter.
winter.
She's
Or-
winter.
Or what
She's
you
a
need to do is put
winter.
like a lot of
Yes.
contrast
What?
on her. Dress her all in like brown.
Oh God, no! No, she's not an autumn. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
she's a winter.
God, she's clear. Yeah.
the cools. The
Yeah,
cools.
that's-
You
Absolutely.
do it to
Mm.
bring out the skin tone.
Luau doesn't want to entice Autumn out.
My very, very, very favorite color, though, is this.
Look
Point
at
to
her
my eyes.
Oh, the gold. Like, do you trust me?
I
She just met you.
I
How can she
see your
trust
get up, girl. I'm gonna go with it. Come with me. I'm gonna get you measured. We're gonna make you something up. Come with me.
Don't punch him if he touches you, okay?
Touches me where?
Anyway.
Everywhere, because he is measuring you. I'm just following her back.
Okay. So
I think he'll be okay.
yeah, he goes into a measuring room and he goes, lose it, just lose it.
Oh, she's got it.
Okay,
Lose it.
she has no problem with
just
it.
whatever.
I'm just gonna hold all her clothes.
Yeah.
Hold the
Everything but the
axe.
mantle comes off.
Yeah. He comes off and he measures you up, and he says, do you trust me?
Do I have a choice?
Of course you have a choice.
How
Just
long
say
have you
yes.
been doing this?
Yes.
Say yes.
40 years.
Love house balloon.
Make an insight check.
You're not that old.
He's a half elf.
He's a half elf.
Oh, you're no.
Oh.
Half elves age the same as humans.
Nope.
Nope.
Ooh,
180 years.
19.
19? Tell him the truth.
Nice.
I guess so, yes.
Good. Alright. We'll come back. You have it about 6 hours. I can get something done for you. Cost you, with the rush, and because I like all of you, it'll just cost you 2 gold.
Slapping it down.
Takes the money.
No, it's on me. Trust me, it's worth the experience.
I'm just gonna flick him another gold.
He takes it.
So we shall see you in 6 hours.
6 hours?
What is your name, good sir?
My name is Khan.
Okay. A-H-N or
C-O-N-N-E.
Okay. Really? Well, as long as
I'm gonna
is
take
the dress here in 6 hours, you're probably gonna get more.
So I'm gonna take 2 gold, and like I've seen some people doing bars, I'm gonna tuck them down Persie's shirt, the front of Persie's, whatever she's wearing.
Ooh, I like this. Then we're getting a party in here, and he opens up this.
This is how you.
He opens up a small little shelf. He pulls out a couple bottles of wine.
Oh my! That's how friends exchange money. Yes.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. I'm just gonna take those out.
As you start taking them out, you hear glunk, 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 as he's pouring like a goblet of wine.
So, Khan, we've been directed to the Gypsy and Wayne. Do you recommend them at all?
Where do you go?
The ambiance is all right, but the selection, if you know what I'm talking about, isn't the greatest.
Where do you go when you want to just loosen up? Come on.
I feel like we're getting more information here than we really intended.
You know.
He says, "I'm always more preferred to the wicked hero myself."
Ooh, okay.
Bar crawl.
Before a fancy ass feast. And oh my god.
Yes. So we're gonna get Nassar rip roaring draw.
No!
She'll be dueling the king.
Magic fight! Let's go!
Oh my gosh.
With the king, oh my god.
What do her notes say? I'm curious now.
I just love it's a hooded maiden shop. Con, gay half elf. Gypsy and Wayne get booze there.
We don't know if he's gay. He might be bi.
He might be
Don't make
completely
assumptions.
straight. We can't make assumptions just because of the way somebody talks. I just love the con gay half elf.
To be fair, in this world, he's probably pansexual, so.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, so what do you guys do?
So
I'm gonna take a glass of wine.
me too. I'm also gonna take a glass of
Okay.
that
You'd
wine.
be like, we'll chill here for a bit, and then maybe we'll see if we're gonna go somewhere else or not.
Okay,
Would
everyone.
it distract him from his work?
No.
No, he works.
I was
The
gonna say,
wine's
he
for
probably
you.
works- Yeah.
Wine's for you.
This is like going to get like a wedding dress and
Yeah,
everybody
just
just
serves champagne.
alcohol.
She said yes to the dress, guys.
Guys, yeah.
So, how does someone like you end up here?
He's like humming as he's cutting this blue material and in a length as he's measuring it. He's like, oh, I was actually in the army.
What?
I know me.
Just like,
army.
just really liked handling all those swords, huh?
discharged, as everyone else is. Once the elders realize there's no war coming anytime soon, so I decided to settle here and
Make dresses.
whatever's needed. Yes.
What
Do
else
you
have
work in
you?
leather?
Ooh.
Do I look like I work in leather?
Yeah.
As he does that slow, like his leg sitting down, he goes,
Oh god.
Look at how good those fits.
Mm-hmm.
I might need to put in another order with you later.
"Got you, girl."
So what kind of sword handling skills do you have? Long, short?
Dual wielding.
It's less of the handling of the swords and better at sharpening them.
Ooh.
Really? Well, my axes could use some sharpening. Are you good with those?
She's not good with any window, is she?
No.
This is fantastic.
But seeing
the
as
best.
you're now a dressmaker, do you know of a good blacksmith?
I know of a couple,
Any you'd like to send some business to?
of course.
Where would that be?
He tells you of a place in the district. If you're looking at the picture, it's going to be in the light red, the pink district.
Such a dude. It's the light red.
Light red.
The pencil said light red. Fuck off.
We're going to the red light district.
Oh no.
I'd rather go to the pink district.
I can't tell because the colors look the same in the picture.
Yeah, so it's
Is that the
it's-
one that's around the bay, or
Yes.
is that the one that's on the south
It's
side?
around the bay.
And
I'm assuming the picture orientation that top is north. That's
Yes,
what
it
you're
is.
doing. Okay.
That is it's called Baystead.
Makes sense.
Is that the
Baystead
district or the
Baystead
Baystead?
district. Yeah. And he says, "Yes, I know a very good blacksmith there. His beard tickles."
Woo! Don't they all?
Why?
This
I
one
might have
more
to
so
pay
than
him
the
a visit.
others. What's that?
Might have to pay him a visit.
Yes, please do.
Why would man's beard tickle? The
Maybe it
hairs
tickles
do not.
himself.
Well, does Raksha understand their?
I think the beard tickles himself. That's how it tickles.
Oh, so we can tickle his beard.
No, I think it tickles him. His beard when it touches him, it
It
tickles.
tickles my beard, and you see that he's clean shaven.
Woo!
You don't have a beard.
Oh.
Well, I was confused.
I was just going to
So I'm
ask
gonna
if you
take
ever
out
had a
my
hair
notebook
fall
and
down
I'm
your
going
shirt,
to
but you're
draw a
covered in hair,
picture.
so I can't ask you that.
I'm going to hand it to her.
Okay.
And also, you should hand it to Luella's as well.
What did you just answer?
I drew a picture for her.
A
I would
diagram.
fold it up and tuck it away.
Save it for later.
You might want to share that with Lua.
Oh, pull out, unfold it, and then-
Ah,
and look, if I make it do this, it moves.
put that away. Well does not wish to see these.
So I'll fold it up and stick it in my pocket.
You asked.
You were very
Well
good
did
at
not
this.
expect visuals. Words would have sufficed.
I gotta put that into words.
Are we going to blacksmith man?
I would like to.
Is his beard going to tickle us too?
No.
Yes.
Only if you wanted to.
Be like,
Are we going to bar?
okay, let's go to the bar first, and then we can.
Do you
go
really
for
think
that.
we're gonna have time for both?
Probably not.
Yes.
No.
But
Just so
we
you
can go
guys
for
know,
later.
you guys are on your time now, so you can spend as much time in the city as you want.
Cool.
I would like to visit a blacksmith at some point and see if we can get you guys to be a little less squishy.
True.
Luell is not. Luell is. You must see the string beam. Luell is not very squishy.
I am very.
Luell does not have much of the meats on her bones.
Is that what Hush says?
Who's Hush?
Ooh, it's
Luell did not confirm nor deny.
a very cute tabaxi.
We call them
Lush.
Oh, I love it.
That's adorable.
Luell's wild.
Yeah, we couldn't come up with one for Nasara and Dorn. Stop it.
Norn.
Dasara,
Dorn,
That's-
Dasara, I don't know.
Dara.
Darn.
Norn.
Just the makes me think of Daria.
We'll
So what do you all-
think of something.
What are you all doing at this point?
Let's go to a bar.
Nissorn.
Nisorn.
Nisorn.
We're Nisorn.
Who do you? Okay, it doesn't. Since we're on our time now, so we can go to the blacksmith. Do you want to go do that first and then drink, or
We could also just go explore for like 4 hours.
I'm all for that. I'm all for exploring. Let's go explore.
I want to find weird shops again.
Okay, so what district would you all like to go to? You guys are currently in the district that is just east of the castle district, not the one that lines the bay, but just east of that. So what
So
would
the
you all
orangey one?
Yeah, the orange one.
I'm gonna ask Khan, where's the district where I can find the weirdest things?
Define weird.
She means magically.
Oh.
I mean like bizarre knickknacks, like petrified cats.
We did find quite a few of those. Didn't we?
Yes, yeah. So basically just anything anything I wouldn't have seen before.
So there is a bazaar, and he kind of points just like due west. There's a bazaar just before you get to the square before the castle there, and that's where you can find the weirdest shit that you can possibly think of.
I'm all for that.
Cool.
Can we also drink there?
Of course.
All right, let's do
So-
this.
Because I'm assuming some of this weird shit is going to be really weird alcohol that we've never tried before.
So if you look at the map, the biggest, so each of those little blocks is like a neighborhood. The biggest neighborhood in that district is the Bazaar district. So
So is that still in the orange area?
it is.
Okay.
Yep. So is that where you all are going?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to march there with my little cane and my hat and my sash.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You draw quite the attention. So what are you all looking for when besides petrified cats? Anything in particular?
Weird shit.
I'm
Somewhere
looking
to
for
drink.
like cool, like really cool jewelry, like weird, like crazy jewelry.
Okay.
I do want
Rings. Yes.
one thing that I can braid into my stuff. That sounds weird. Anything else that's just super weird, and I also want a weird liquor that none of us have ever tried before.
Okay.
So I'm demanding I want 3 things.
I'm gonna help her with the weird liquor.
Sounds good. So you guys go marching towards the bazaar.
I'm looking for beads.
It's at this point where we take our break.
Ah!
So we'll be right back. We'll pick up there when you guys are going to the bazaar. Fucking tear up my notes. So you guys are heading to the bazaar of Oslavar. We'll be right back with you guys. Keep an eye on chat. We'll let you know when we're back. We'll get refreshed, refueled. We'll be right back with you. About 5-10 minutes. Thank you.
Yay!
So guys.
Welcome back, everybody. We are back from break.
Quick announcement. We had one subscriber, our friend Official Rainbow Fires. Ali, thank you for subscribing to us. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
One of us. One of us. One of us.
Awesome. All right, welcome back, guys. We're gonna hop right back in. The girls have decided to speed through the shopping episode. God. So, you all looking for rings and beads and
Weird shit.
random bullshittery. So,
And weird alcohol.
and weird alcohol. So everyone roll investigation checks, please.
Can't it be perception?
Because
Nope.
I'm fantastic at those. No, I'm not. No. 1 on the die.
Okay.
Plus the -1.
Oh. 17.
14.
Okay.
19.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you all make up for Raksha's 0. So you all find there is a random ring maker, and all the rings that they make are like the ones that stick up really high and like snakes. Where the snake like coils up like really high in the finger, so it makes it really awkward to use your hands.
So basically the ones that have weapons.
Yeah,
Punch somebody in the face
basically.
So
and
you can have your
die.
hand in your pocket.
Sure. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a friend who's proficient in jewelry making.
Yeah, but still.
But you also do find regular jewelry. You know, you find regular rings of all metals and gemstones, and this is a massive bazaar that you all are in. Random booze. Someone tries to offer you something that's in a jug, and as they say they're drinking a cup of it, and there's this little cup, and as it goes to drink it, it doesn't like pour into his mouth. It kind of slides slowly into his mouth, almost like it's a gel.
I want 5.
5 jugs,
No, just 5 glasses.
5 glasses. All right. He pours this clearly viscous liquid into these 5.
Moonshine.
He hands them out to you.
Okay, but moonshine gel.
Looks more like snot.
Okay, are you trying to fuck us
Not
up?
what I was
Like,
thinking.
before we.
That's why I'm not buying a jug. I'm just buying us 1 glass each.
Okay.
Do we really want to take this
Yep.
before we go to the?
We have what, 5 hours?
How much is
Because
it
we
glass?
have a healer.
Each glass is it's a silver piece.
I'm gonna hand him a silver, take my glass and stick my finger in it,
Okay.
and then lick my finger.
Okay. There's
You're
this
dead.
immediate like burning sensation in both your tongue and your nose. Your eyes start to water a little bit. It's got like a metallic taste to it, like an earthy metallic taste.
Stick my finger back in and lick another one.
Okay,
Same
that's
thing.
that's good enough for me. I'm gonna.
Okay, here's 4 more silver.
Nope. Make that 3. Luau wants nothing to do with that.
But this will make looking for weird shit so much more interesting.
Nope. Luau will abstain.
Okay, 3 more.
Okay, so you each get your little shot of this stuff. Are you all taking it together?
I ain't no bitch.
Yeah, I know, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm not shooting it. I'm
How many
like
silver was it?
sipping this
2
thing.
silver?
No, it was a silver piece.
A silver.
And it's like in a shot. Like
So
you can
it's-
drink it
it's-
in one.
Yeah, you can drink
okay.
it in one.
Yeah.
And he says, I don't recommend you do it that way. Actually, just get it over with. Just get it over with.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
Yeah,
it.
I'm just
Yep,
shooting
I'm
my-
just
I'm
doing
gonna
it.
stick my finger in and be like,
I want all of you to make Constitution saving throws, please.
I know, I'm still just sipping mine because I'm watching them see
Okay.
what happens.
Then you're okay, you.
Hi. All right.
Oh, my con is actually not that.
That's not awful.
you said Constitution?
Mm-hmm.
That was almost so good for you.
That was almost really good.
That was a big fat 21.
Good.
18.
18.
The drunkard gets drunk.
And maybe vomits a little.
6.
6. What'd you roll on the die? 3.
It was on a 19,
And
I was
like sitting there, and then it went.
So, the two of you stomach your drink. It hits you in a rush where you start to feel drunk almost immediately. And you start to see these little motes of light come into your vision, but then kind of back away. Sora.
I puke everywhere.
Sora.
Well, takes
Projectile
2
bomb.
steps away.
No, you don't puke, but you immediately feel drunk. Like this
Fuck.
fucking just punches you in the face.
Fuck.
And to make things worse, you see these fairies just like flying around you all over the place. Your vision just starts just seeing these beautiful like motes of color and light just all around you. It's
Did we
beautiful.
just have like jello shots of absinthe? Like,
I really want you to get Spirit Guardian so that you can make these fairies appear and just fuck with her.
I'm
Oh
going to I don't.
I feel like you're chasing the fairies.
Yeah, I was gonna
at
say.
this
I think
point.
I'm gonna follow them. Like I'm gonna follow the.
So you try to follow them, and whenever you try to follow them, like they just stay on the outsides of your vision.
Oh,
So they
okay.
kind of like move with your head.
I'm gonna cast dancing lights in front of her.
No! Why? Because I
Okay.
make me throw up.
So these real motes of light just.
I'm just like, hey, look.
Will's gonna like scooch over to you and can Luau just do what Raksha did? Luau wants to stick my finger in and taste it. Can Luau tell what it is made of?
Make a nature check.
It's like yak piss.
Oh my god.
Fat guano.
18.
You can ferment pretty much anything.
So
Oh wait, no, sorry, I forgot to add my expertise. Oh no, that was nature. Never mind.
Okay.
Or not from
Okay.
herbs.
So it doesn't matter. You get a taste of it,
Yeah.
and it's either the venom or a poison of some kind of like insectoid creature,
How like am
like the fermented poison or venom of an insectoid
Just
creature.
kind of like.
Am I like
Luau, what is it? What is it? What is it?
It is venoms of something.
Ooh,
That's awesome.
if we drink this a lot, can it make us immune?
Well, does not think so.
If
Am
we
I-
drink it,
Am I like belligerent? Like I can't understand what you guys are saying.
You can understand what they're saying,
Okay.
actually pretty clearly.
We can understand what you're saying.
Just the
Nisara!
word venom.
you're poisoned. You're gonna die.
Alright.
So how much is a jug?
It's okay, we have Perssie! I'm the only one who hasn't died yet!
So how much is a
I'm not
jug?
casting shit on you.
A jug, that would be 2 gold.
Okay.
For what?
A jug of this, because I feel like we might need to stock some on the ship.
Wait, why?
Or you're tasteless. You need to have 1 jar if you're tasteless. That's everybody has that bottle.
Oh god. Okay. I gotta get
But also, can you imagine, like, this could poison somebody so easily, but it's not actually poison?
Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna get out of the shop before I break something.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna like
I'm
keep
gonna
on dancing.
I'm gonna go wait outside with these
I'm
guys
leaving
as
the-
I'm pointing to nothing.
I'm leaving the dancing lights outside for her.
Okay. I just
And I'm just like, I'm just gonna wait outside with these guys.
And just to fuck with her, I'm gonna turn it into a person.
You fucked with me already!
I know.
This is the whole point of Darkness Aura.
I'm forming them into a little person and I'm making it dance.
Can it be like a little person
I'm-
that's just like
I'm
dancing?
dancing.
moon
I'm
her?
dancing.
so the Tsar's dancing outside. Other than that, anything else you all looking for? You can spend as much money as you want on the things you're looking for.
Yeah, so I bought 1 jar from the dude, and then I also want to ask him where's the weirdest thing that he's seen here, and to point me that direction.
He reaches down, he pulls up a jug, and he points at the jug.
Second weirdest thing you've seen here.
He points at a stall like four stalls down, and you just see like this like snake hanging from a sign by the door.
Cool. I'm gonna
Let's go.
sip on my drink some more and head that
So do you
way.
guys want to do this, or do you guys want to do the feast?
I just want to
No,
find
let's
weird
go.
things. Just what other weird things
we can
have
do this
there.
all night, or we can go to the feast.
Feast, 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 feast.
Just tell me how many gems I how many beads I have.
I mean, you can find a place that sells as many beads as you want.
Do we want? We have unlimited time.
You guys don't need to do this tonight.
Yeah.
True story. Okay.
Okay,
take
take
it
that.
Feast, 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 feast.
I'm good with that. Are you good with that?
Fine. Now your weird alcohol. Fine.
We can come back and wander after the feast.
Fine.
So to the dress shop to grab
dress
her
shop.
dress.
Yes.
You get Roxas
I'll
new
walk this one around.
new
I was
dress.
gonna say, tie a rope around my waist.
No, we're just pulling you by the antler.
After a couple
Or
of
by the
hours, after a couple of hours, it
Around the
subsides.
spikes. Alright.
Yeah, that's why we did that first.
The lights, every now and then you see a fairy it's in your vision, but at this point you know that you're just fucked up by something.
Okay.
And you guys are told that you guys just drank on keg poison.
What that on keg?
Mm-hmm.
All the O's.
A
Is that a...
on keg.
What's an on keg?
Is it an insect?
It is. This indeed.
Is it a spider?
No.
Is it a wasp?
One down.
Ew, gross.
Is that human sized?
No, it's large. Bigger than that.
Whoa!
How big are its venom sacs?
Pretty big.
Wait, and somebody hunted that thing down and made alcohol out of it.
Yes.
I want to meet that
Where do
guy.
they milk the
Right?
poison from?
Okay, what does Raksha's dress look like?
So you go to get Roxa's dress. It is this. It's the left side of the dress. It flows down to her ankle, and it angles up to her right knee. There's a slit up the right leg. It's a. So the dress is actually it is blue, and there is a gold trim down the side of it, each side and up the back, and then along the back there is a fox fur kind of sewn into it with it.
Oh my god.
So is the blue darker, lighter, or the exact same tone as her skin tone?
It's a little bit lighter. Just to make it.
She looks...
It highlights her.
So it's like I'm almost wearing nothing until you look closer. Like, oh, she's got clothes on.
Mhm.
Oh, so scandalous.
I wonder if
I didn't do that. I just hear Mona Lisa Raffio from Parks and Rec.
Saperstein.
Yeah, Saperstein, sorry.
Money, please.
I have an aneurysm every time. Every time she does that.
So, are we all... Do we need to go, like, get dressed?
They're already dressed.
Okay, let's
You already have
Yeah,
like fine
okay.
clothes.
Let's go to
I'm
the
just-
feast.
Yeah.
It's just we're now catering around the fucking Duchess of.
As we're walking, I probably would end up being like, oh, look at like sticking the leg out of the slit. You said, And then like you said,
Hoo-ha.
you said it was
Hoo-ha.
you said it was the left leg where the slip was right.
Right leg.
Oh, the right leg. I'd probably be like, oh hey, look, I can see.
Oh, okay, cool. No one else needs to.
There's
see
like
that.
3 dudes, and I'm just going.
Move on. There's nothing to see here.
Don't do that in the palace. In the palace, you need to stay covered, okay?
I am covered.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
just stay
stay
just
covered.
like
So
that.
no
Both
lifting up the
feet
skirt.
on the
Raksha.
ground.
Yeah, both feet.
Yeah,
Both feet are on the ground.
no lifting up skirts. No.
Holding on top with feet.
As you talk about this, Con goes, ladies cross their ankles, not their legs.
Okay, let's go.
I think I learned that from you guys.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
Con, you are fantastic. Thank you.
I know.
You are fabulous.
You're
Yeah, you are-
a god. Like,
Yeah.
this is amazing.
Sometime I would like to work with your tone there. The lavender is always fun.
What am I over here? Chopped liver?
Right?
It's the colors.
Well, it's not beautifully colored.
Luell is very beautifully colored, but the pastels are something a little different.
Let's go to the feast.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
I would like it noted that I did take the time to do her wings again.
Or what?
Her wings.
Oh, did you
It
do
really
the-
confused me when she was telling me that I needed wings. And I was like, what?
No, the eyeliner.
Oh, the eyeliner.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
right.
it's on
That
the
was
top.
so long ago.
I know. I was just like, I have wings now?
I forget
When did this
nothing.
happen?
Yeah, I can
A
see
tiny little bit of lipstick on the beak.
Just a little, just
a Cupid bow.
on the top.
Yep. Oh man.
Cutest beak ever. Yay!
that. All right, so you all make your way to Baygate Castle. All right, so you guys make your way to Baygate to the Baygate district, the Royal District. And once you cross through the gates, you basically cross into a different world, where everything looks nice on the main streets of the city. You cross into what looks like a rich utopia. I mean, every house is a manor or a mansion or a small palace. The people who walk by, they're all dressed in furs, like very, very fine furs, very, very fine clothes. And they all kind of, everyone that passes by you kind of give you this weird look of,
Still marching with my cane.
oh, these people.
I just slapped Luell
Just
in
got
the ear.
punched in the
At least it wasn't your tail.
Yeah.
So, and each house has its own little courtyard. There's fountains. It's disgustingly clean. It's like going to Canada, right? Love you, Canada. So
No, it's Singapore. That's what it is.
So as you kind of make your way through this district, you do see that you do have the castle in front of you. It's many spires with the blue wooden roofs on it that kind of go up to a point. And then you see there's a drawbridge, and waiting at the drawbridge in front of this castle, you see the same Jonathan Whitmore in his purple and yellow doublet and his
Hi, Johnny. Hi.
Knights of
Yes.
Rathega as he bows. You all are awaited in the dining hall. Please follow me. As he leads you into the castle.
Yeah, because otherwise we'd get lost.
Yes, you would. I have a map in my. It's crazy. He leads you into this main entrance hall that's kind of lined with the suits of armor. The iconic castle. Every suit of armor looks pristine, never used in battle. There are swords and axes. Kind of looks like it was made to look like this was a warrior kingdom, but there's no sign of battle. There's no damage anywhere. It just looks like just fake shit put up on the walls. To your eyes, people have actually seen some shit. You're led through the main hall, down this hallway that kind of veers to the right until you're led into a cell on the first floor of this castle until you're led to the dining area. And you see in front of you a big hall where it's like massive feasts are held, but only one table sits in the middle. A long table, and it looks like that there is a main chair kind of at the head of the table facing the doorway. And he leads you all in to your seats at the other end of the table from the chair, and he kind of points you to where each of you are supposed to sit.
As I look longingly at the cool chair.
Who is Luell sitting next to?
Luell is sitting next to Raksha.
Cool bean.
And on the other side, you have no one's sitting at the foot. On the other side of you, you have Perssie and Asara and you. So kind of here's the foot of the table.
On one side and a stranger on the other.
Yeah, you'll have a stranger next to you. Yeah.
Cool beans.
Yes.
So I'm by the foot of the table.
You're by the foot of the table.
So
Yes.
am I also at the foot of the table?
No, it's Perssie at the foot of the table,
Okay.
and then Asara, and then you kind of farther
Okay.
in next to somebody.
They stuck the weirdos next to strangers. Don't know why, but
It's so that we could introduce them to how amazing the weirdos
he
are.
wants to show off that he has exotic friends.
No, because then he would put one of us at the foot of the table to show us off better.
Mm.
Or just put us up in cages.
Well,
So-
does not like this idea. You
No.
shut up.
So I'm sitting across from Raksha at the very end of the table.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
You are. And while you're sitting there, it's a stone room. There is a rug underneath you, a finely woven rug, and there at the far end there is a stairwell that kind of leads up to a doorway, and then there's another doorway on the ground floor next to it. And from this little doorway, you see this elderly man kind of walk out, and he basically announces. He says, "My name is Horace Featherling, and I am going to announce the presence of your dinner guests this evening. First, I would like to announce," and he announces. I won't go through the whole fucking thing, but he does announce in order. He announces the Council of Five, as they're called. The Council of Five are announced as such. As you see a tiefling, a red-skinned tiefling with the trademark horns that curl around behind his ears. Thinerius, Consul of Culture, is walking in. He's finely dressed.
What?
Thinerius.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's the tiefling.
Tiefling, yeah. He walks in and he sits next to Luell. And then you have, from there, kind of alternating in the table for the consuls, you have Hjalthran, a dwarf, consul of trade,
Spell it.
Hjalthran, Hjalthran,
I'm sorry, what was the again?
consul of trade. And then the consul of war is announced. He's just announced as Keenbreaker, as this Goliath male walks in.
Is that King Breaker?
Keenbreaker,
Just Keen,
K-E-E-N, all one
Okay.
word,
I thought it was-
B-R-E-A-K-E-R. This male Goliath walks in, hairless head. He wears ceremonial chainmail armor, and he stands taller than even you, about 8 foot tall.
Yeah, he's a Goliath.
Goliath, yeah. Was he the
Walks
consul?
in. War.
War.
And then only the third pure-blooded elf you've seen so far who travels walks in. A high elf named it's Westoris. This very fine-looking, got shoulder-length hair, elven male walks in fine robes. He's the consul of law. And then a black dragonborn is announced, male, as the consul of coin, Lorcrath Malres. Just Lorcrath. Lorcrath.
Are they all male?
They're all men.
Okay.
The consul of what?
He's a consul
Coin.
of coin. Yep. And then you have the king's brother. King's brothers. You have Duke of Mildrena, George Stormguard, and his wife Menda. And then you have the Duke of Stormguard, Frank Stormguard, and his wife Veronica. And then the king's children are announced. The princess, Elda Stormguard, the younger. She looks human, but there's a faint bit of elf in her features. A little bit of curve at the ear. She's not half elven, but there's a little bit in there. Kind of like I say about Ashley, it's all in the eyes. There's a little bit of elf that you can kind of make out.
And how old does she look?
About 13, 14.
Okay.
And then you have the first prince and first princess, William Stormguard, the brother of the king, and second in line. no, I'm sorry, he's the son of the king in second in line, William Stormguard, and his wife, Suha Al Stormguard. And you see a dark-skinned woman, not wearing the same clothing that everyone else is wearing. She wears these flowing, like, blue robes, and she wears this headdress with these chains that dangle off with gems along each chain. And she has henna tattoos up her hands and up her neck.
So very Eastern inspired.
What's that?
Very Eastern inspired.
Yes.
Type
Is
robes.
she,
Yes.
And she looks human.
She's human. Yeah.
And I'm sorry, what was the daughter's name?
The daughter is Elda
Oh, okay.
Stormguard. And then finally, the king and queen are announced as Harold Stormguard and Delana Stormguard. The king enters the room, and you see a human-ish. Again, there's a hint of elf in there somewhere. You can't quite make it out. 5'10". He wears very fine purple and yellow robes, and his he has a golden crown on his head. And his wife appears next to him. She's a fair-skinned, brown hair, brown eyes, very plain but beautiful. And she wears these this dress, this wrist, ankle, and high neck length dress with a golden crown around her head as well. They're announced. They come down to the table and sit the far end away from you all. And as everyone kind of stands as the king enters, he walks to a seat and says, "Welcome guests, welcome friends. Please be seated," as he sits at the table. And then wine and your first course of your meal is delivered to you. It's salads.
Because of course it is.
It's fucking salad.
I'm a turtle, so I love it.
Yes. So, you guys are sitting there with your first course at this table as it seems like everyone kind of talks amongst themselves. No one really addresses you.
Who sits across from me?
Sits across from you.
Because it's going to be one of the five.
Yeah, it would be the tiefling.
Right?
Yeah,
Daenerys.
Daenerys.
And
It's the one that's
then-
sitting next to you.
He's
And
the
then
one of culture,
Hjalfrin
right?
would be next to me.
What's that?
Hjalfrin?
Yeah, he's the consul of culture.
Which is
Yes, Hjalfrin the dwarf is sitting next to you, yes.
Cool.
So next,
And then Catty Corner would be the Goliath.
Mm-hmm.
so there's no one at the end of the table. Across
No one
from
sits
the
at the
king.
foot. Nope.
Okay.
And you notice that the conversation is casual. Everyone just kind of talks about the day, or there's no business talk at this point. But what would y'all like to do?
Well, why were we invited?
well, does not know.
It's probably out of some sort of decorum formality thing.
Respect, but it could also be that they're just going to wait an hour to make some kind of announcement.
Azrael was a big deal, and I think this is just a hey, you
Yeah.
did a cool thing.
Yeah.
So
I'm just
have
turning-
some
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah, I'm
Turn
turning to the dwarf.
tiefling.
So it's like, everybody behave yourselves.
Yeah.
Let's just stick her paw out awkwardly.
Hey,
Is Luell.
welcome, Luell. I'm Thinerius. He kind of takes your paw in your hand and shakes it.
Luell
Welcome.
has a question, since you are a man of cultures.
Yeah, I am.
What is culture's purpose of why we are here at dinner?
As a welcome to the country of Oslovana. It is expected.
Of who?
Of the king, as he points down to the king.
Why you must forgive Luau. She is of Tabaxi.
I
We
see that,
have indifferent feelings and understandings of kings.
I understand, Luell. Do not worry, all will come in time. I'm sure the king will address you at some point. Usually, the way this works is the first two courses are reserved for casual conversation and speech, and then when the main course arrives, then the serious conversations begin. You will all be introduced. It's very, very fun.
Who expects us being here of king? Why? Who expects of king to invite us?
Well, the country.
There are rules, Luell. Let's just go with it.
Luell was just curious. He's mans of cultures. Who better to find out about cultures of new place than cultured man?
This is I'm gonna lean forward, kind of around past Luell to Thymerius.
Back.
Your king is very strange. Kings where I come from are not this nice.
Where are you from?
Where do you think I am from?
Well, obviously you are elf, so one of the elven cities?
No,
Okay, then where are you from?
the Feywild.
I just kind of look at him.
We're all just staring at him like,
Are you shitting me? You're really from the Fae?
You should be really impressed that we got her in clothes.
Well, he obviously knows. You've never met anybody from Feywilds?
No.
What?
Do not go.
Absolutely not.
I love my home, but do not go to Winter Court. Winter King is, how do you say, asshole.
And like the whole table just stops talking and looks right at you. And then for a second, and then just go back to eating. I would watch the language. There is a decorum expected.
How do you watch language? It is
We're not allowed
spoken,
to
not...
use the commons?
No, you can use common, just not words like that.
What's wrong with the word that?
No.
Do not call your king a bad name.
Well,
Just
he's not
Say
my king personally.
you can
He's
just say
the
he's
king
he's
of
a
the
jerk
court.
face, but you don't say that he's.
he's
Yeah.
just a bad guy.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
He's
So
a
you
bad
can-
jerk face guy.
very, very vague at the table.
It took us a long time to teach her proper words of like,
No.
Like fuck.
No.
And the whole table is just like, you hear that ding 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 ding. Everyone just like looks back at you.
Did I use that out of context?
Yes.
This is not the place nor the time to use that kind of language. You will not taught her that those are not like accepted.
We're working on it. It's a lot of work.
She's a transfer student. You know, for
Raksha,
exchange.
you
It takes a
need to-
little bit.
You need to pretend like you're speaking to a child.
But you are all children compared to
but the people in my kingdom spoke to children like that.
So basically, any words that you learned specifically here, don't use.
So I'm just gonna start speaking Elvish the whole time.
Cool.
You speak Elvish, and he responds in Elvish.
All right.
And I guess I'll just follow along and
Yeah.
I'll speak in Elvish to you.
Like, oh, you speak the Elvish tongue.
I do, yes.
Oh, do not hear that much around here.
Well, one must when we have an actual elf sitting at the table with you. And he kind of motions towards the full-blooded elf who seems to be looking at all of you now that you guys are speaking like full Elvish.
Does he
I'm a bad
not
person.
speak? What?
Common?
Yes, that.
He does. He speaks many languages.
Well, I was gonna bust out and primordial.
I will primordial right back.
So all of a sudden you just hear.
I'm just cracking
It's just
up.
sounds like lava boiling.
It's so
Does
great.
I get a response from the elven man?
No.
What about Sylvan?
Sylvan does, yes.
Ah,
Yes, it does.
I'm gonna say I just speak Draconic to myself.
Oh, I speak Dwarvish. I'm gonna talk to the dwarf next to me in Dwarvish.
Oh,
You
I
start
didn't know
speaking in
Sylvan.
Dwarvish, what do you say to him?
I'm just gonna be like, do you believe these weirdos? Honestly?
The only reason I'm not shit-faced right now is so the king doesn't execute me tomorrow.
Right?
Think it's
Have
like
you
beer.
tried the venom of the thing of the omkeg?
Oh no.
I do not have the jug. Wait, do
No.
She's speaking Dwarven.
God damn I do actually have the jug with me because we
do you
didn't go back to
have-
the ship.
Have you drank Omkeg venom?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Because we went to the bazaar and it was the weirdest alcohol I could find.
Oh, I like you more already.
It was really good. After dinner, if you want some, I have a jug.
I do.
Cool. I just don't want to do anything in front of the king.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah. So, you're the consul of trade?
Yes, I am.
So what does that entail?
Well, I in the king's stead, I do work trade deals and advise him on trade matters between us and the other nations around us, including Alaska and Lunda, where I understand that you and your crew are kind of from. But yeah, I work trade deals.
Nice. Have you met any others, like us? I guess, have you met another turtle? Or
Never.
Tabaxi? Or Aladrin?
I've
Or
seen a few Tabaxi.
partial drow? Or I don't know what a lot of us are. We're us.
I've never met a turtle. And you said that she's an Aladrin?
Yeah?
That's it's a new one. And then a drow.
Part. And she's super cool.
Make a persuasion check.
Like it wasn't obvious. Come on. I'm sure she takes her veil and like puts the.
Oh, I'm not wearing a veil.
She's not wearing a veil.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
She hasn't worn it since like.
Persuasion. Oh, I have a plus
Okay.
0, but at least I rolled a 16, so 16.
He goes, take your word for it.
Yeah, dwarves and drow don't get along.
I don't know.
me,
She's been super cool the whole time. I like you. I like her. We're all good.
I believe you. I believe you.
So where all do you trade to?
At this point, their second course is brought out. It's like a soup and some bread.
I'm just slurping it really loudly.
I'm doing the beast thing. And
Yeah,
I'm
Luelle's
Yeah.
picking up her bowl.
Oh yeah, picking up the bowl. Mm-hmm.
Again, Luelle's not so handy with
Yeah.
the utensils.
I have a beak. Someone still works super well with beaks.
Is there
Dice for my ladies.
Leviathans with a $25 donation.
No.
Yes.
Is D6
No.
inspiration for every single woman here at the table, including Nick.
Yeah. You should be honored.
Well, I mean, it is really smooth right now.
It is
Just all the ladies.
Also,
Thank
now
you.
I feel it necessary to clarify what kind of soup this is.
It's not split pea soup.
Or turtle.
It's not turtle soup.
That's
either.
what I was
It's
worried
not
about.
turtle soup either.
Okay.
Seems they
Split pea
prepared.
soup is good.
They prepared. I like it too. They prepared correctly, but the second course is brought out, and everyone kind of eats. And at this point, the conversation you hear starts to become more serious about, in foreign matters and investigations, and wars that might be breaking out down in the south, and dealing with the problem with the Farindir Desert, and like there's just this political bullshit is just being talked at the moment. You notice that the queen is very, very silent. Doesn't talk a whole lot. She slowly eats, and so far the 2 courses that she's eaten, she's taking 2 bites of each, and then
How far away is she from us?
Mike, other end of the table.
Frick. Alright. Never mind. So no one's talking to us though.
Well, at this point, you guys have Thinerius and Hjalthrin's attention, and they're talking to you.
But no one's talking to us specifically about like serious political stuff.
Not yet.
I am paying very close attention.
We're
to
also
all of
new
that.
to the region, so I don't think we would know
How
serious
far
political
away
stuff.
That's
is
true,
the-
yeah, that's true.
Is the wife lady, the eastern
There's-
lady?
Oh, she is. I mean, she's on the other end of the table, but she's not too far away.
She's not on the.
Because she's only like 4 people down.
Yeah.
Because it's not we don't have a huge party.
Can I I mean, does the queen look visibly forlorn or
Make an insight check.
Can I sign language to her?
Yeah. Are you okay?
The Alaskan sign language different than the.
Oh.
Actually, I have done
is it-
sign language in Peru and been understood. It happens.
How does a 13 sound?
13. Good enough to get something. She's not necessarily forlorn, but something's not right. Something's off. She doesn't seem like she feels well.
I'm going to lean over. Who's next to me? Yoon and
Me,
Both
Perssie.
Okay.
Yoon's on your left, I'm on your right.
I'm going to lean to my right to Perssie and be like, look at that face, for everyone. I'm gonna point to the queen. She does not look.
Do I notice anything?
Looking at it, pointed out, at that point you notice what she noticed.
I know,
Yeah.
because it's look at
Can I
that
make an
face.
investigation
She's
check to
super
see if I notice
pretty.
anything?
It looks very sad. Something's not.
Ooh, 24.
Wait, is
24.
the F is I thought that was the
No.
the wife of William.
No. They're talking about the queen.
Oh, okay, I got the
Delana.
mixed up. Okay.
Yeah.
Delana.
Oh, with yours, she looks sick.
Oh, her name
Doesn't look like she's well.
She looks sick. Yeah, she
Kind of
doesn't.
gaunt.
She doesn't look so
Would I
hot.
be able to tell him by peeping at her?
I mean,
From down, you know,
I just-
what's she looking at her?
It's not exactly,
Make a medicine check.
good manners to be like, yo, queen, I see you're sick. Let me lay on some hands.
Why
Like,
is this not
remember
okay?
secret
Yeah.
expertise,
Show us what the
right?
king says.
Good grief. Okay, so. Glad I have expertise. 19.
19. Nice. Looking at her, you can't really get a beat on what it is. Something that's outside of your understanding of sickness or medicine. But there's definitely something off about her.
Is she in, is she in the way?
yeah, is she? That's what I was gonna.
Is she what?
Is
The
she?
way.
Is she pregnant?
pregnant?
Oh no.
okay.
Not that you can tell. No.
Okay.
Are you guys kind of conveying this information?
And I wouldn't have, because I would have had to
Well, then
speak
you
out
just
loud
use
to Sylvan and the tiefling one.
The tiefling one.
Guys for ladies, better even that out. Let's get some dye to our DM Nick.
Someone, which I assume is some sort of muting. Oh, no, I know who it is, but I will leave it anonymous. It donated a $25 donation. Dice for the ladies says, better even that one out. Let's some dice to our DM Nick.
Oh.
I don't know how you want to rationalize. It's 5 dice. Those were the specific instructions.
5 dice. I mean, I would give them to them.
But it was 5 dice specifically to you.
Oh, all to me?
Yeah, all to you.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, nice.
Was it Man Bunny?
No, but I know who exactly it was.
That bastard always uses this.
Yeah, the one that's
But
Yeah, so I'll do that then. I'm gonna like just do, I gotta. Oh, God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if I hear this, I am going to suddenly, not so subtly, ask the dwarf about so tell me about the king and queen. Like,
Yeah, the ring.
have they always been
No,
like
no.
this? Like, where's the queen from? And just kind of
Yeah.
give me
So
the history.
make a persuasion check.
9.
9. Basically, it tells you that they're both from here. They're both from this city. They were born and raised here. His grandfather was the seeker. Went by Hank.
And
Oh, was it grandfather? I thought it was the father.
No, it was
No, it's a
grandfather.
grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And was it like an arranged kind of marriage thing, or
Mm-hmm.
like you do? Loyalty, all
So
that.
has she always been so quiet?
As long as I've known.
Really?
So the conversation goes on.
Okay.
If anything else that you guys want to ask these folk that are sitting next to you. After the third course, the queen excuses herself. She stands and everyone's called to rise. She bows her way out and she leaves.
Can I do? I don't even know how to ask this. Like insight to see if I can tell if she's leaving because she feels unwell,
Sure, yeah.
or if it's because she's like expected to leave, or I don't know.
Insight check.
21.
21. She ain't feeling good.
Those new dice are really working for you.
Right?
Not feeling good. And so she walks out. She walks very slow, but slower than looks like she was comfortable than the
Yeah.
walk.
Still
Yeah.
gonna turn to the dwarf because it's hard to say his name, Hjelthrin,
Yep, you got it.
and say, does she leave early from these a lot?
Whenever she usually is only here for a few courses. She doesn't need a whole lot.
Oh, that's sad.
Sure.
You don't think it's sad that your queen just kind of leaves in the middle?
I mean, she's the queen. She does what she likes.
Yeah, but she doesn't feel good. It's sad to be sick.
You don't think she feels good?
Look at her. She's walking all slow. Didn't eat much. Like.
Roll my first dice. He goes.
I'm not even intending to do anything. This is just how I talk.
He goes. Huh. Yeah, you're right. Something's not right about that.
Has she been acting like this for a while? Because we have a cleric and a healer, but I don't know enough about the culture here to know if it would be
Rude.
and if it would be rude to offer services. I'm Southern now. What the heck?
You are welcome.
I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go to the king's side.
Oh, sorry. No. I'm gonna try to stop her. I'm gonna try to grab her hand or her tail or her horn. I don't know.
I'm going.
All right, make a contested athletics check or an acrobatics check, whichever best is for you. But it has to be an athletics check for you.
Are you trying to be sneaky though?
No.
No, I meant Perssie trying to stop you.
I'm just trying to stop her because I know this is not okay. It's a 16 on the die.
Damn it!
So, Perssie grabs you by the arm.
And I'm like whispering, yelling, "Sit the fuck down!"
What if I just go over there and I say?
As everyone kind of turns, like everyone's quiet again and sees you stand up, you're
Just
massive.
pretend you're stretching and sit your ass down before we get kicked out of here.
Hey, Perssie, I think you might need to use the bathroom, though.
We need to use the bathroom. So I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna kind of lean down to whoever's sitting next to me.
Mm-hmm.
You're at the very front of the table.
I'm at the yeah. So
keep
and
going.
Zara. Okay, so I'm gonna keep a hold of Zara and be like, "I'm terribly sorry, but can you direct me towards the powder room?"
And a maidservant approaches from the sides, and I will guide you.
Thank you.
And she-
Miss Zara, accompany me to the powder room.
All right.
And hopefully that powder room is in the same direction as
What
the
is
queen.
wrong? Okay, what? Are we in the powder room yet?
Yes, sure.
What is wrong? We can't do that.
I was telling you guys to go after the queen.
What is wrong with me being like, Your Highness, I am so sorry, but your wife, we're concerned about your wife. We're concerned about the queen. We're concerned about the
You
queen.
can't do that in a public setting.
Why?
Look, he's probably gonna make some announcement and some shit. And then if we need to seek a personal audience with him, we can request that. And I don't think he would be able to deny that, seeing as we're here on a special mission to help one of his old, town saviors. There's a process to this shit. Fuck it. Okay, so you remember when Raksha went and yelled at the Viscount?
I'm not yelling. I'm not going to
Okay,
yell.
I'm just saying, that's the level we're on here. Don't fuck it up. Can you just not fuck it up?
What if she dies? in
She's
the,
not gonna. Then I'll bring her back. It's
As
cool.
you hear her hit the floor outside
She's OD'd in the bathroom stall.
I'm sure the king has plenty of diamonds. We'll bring her back. It'll be fine. Okay. Can we just
Assuming the king isn't
On cake poison.
we'll be fine. Okay. Can we just go back?
We'll be fine.
And wait for her about the queen. She'll be fine. Look, if it makes you feel any better, once we're in a more private setting, I will request a personal audience, and we can ask
So we
one-on-one.
can do that, but we can't.
No!
Right, fine.
There are rules to this shit! My mom slapped me silly every time I forgot them. Trust me.
You and your freaking rules and your kings and your.
I don't like them any better than you do. But there are rules that we have to follow, and we're going to follow them. Don't make me cast silence on you, I will do it.
Ooh, you bitch.
The door creaks open. The maidservant who escorts you to the bathroom is like, my lady.
We're fine. We're fine. Let's go.
And you really think you were going to be able to approach the king calmly?
What's your plus to persuasion?
10.
She's a fucking warlock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. Alright. Take those their asses down.
So you all go back to the table with the rest of the royalty, and as you kind of walk in, you notice everyone kind of stops, looks at you, the both of you. A drow and a purple tiefling kind of stand out.
Sorry, the tiefling is incontinent. It's a little embarrassing.
Make a deception check.
Last I tend to be very competent. This is a rude thing to say about a friend. She's competent.
Oh my god.
I agree, she's very
Deception
competent,
is
Willow.
3.
Hjalton just laughs. Just laughs.
It's clearly a joke.
Yeah, clearly
Yes,
a joke.
it's clearly a joke.
So you all, the two of you get back to the dinner table. The final course is brought out, and as it's,
Can I do one more thing?
yeah, of course.
I'm keeping my eyes on her like
I'm
a fucking
gonna
hawk.
Okay, I'm gonna put my hands under the table and I'm gonna summon Phantom as like a little tiny lizard, and I'm just gonna be like, go check on,
Okay, I'm okay with this.
and I'm gonna, just like sniff, like I don't know if he can like, I don't sniff out the queen. I don't know.
He's gonna.
So you need to make 2 rolls.
Okay.
Make a stealth check with a
Fuck.
+1 to stealth for Phantom.
God damn it, my stealth is 0. I'm pretty sure.
No, a +1 for Phantom. So
Okay,
add
so
1.
it's +1.
Add 1 to it.
Oh my god, natural 20.
Okay. So he successfully sneaks out. I rolled a 4 on my die. Sneaks out of the dining area,
Okay.
and then make a perception check
Fuck.
and add 2 to it.
17.
17. Okay.
You're new dice too.
Well,
It's because we haven't
this
juiced them
one,
yet.
little jerk.
So, as far as you can tell, he's got the scent. He knows where he's going.
Okay.
But
So every once in a while, I'll, well, when no one's paying attention, I'll like look through his
Okay.
eyes.
and every time you do, it's literally just him skittering through, stopping, hiding
Okay.
as someone passes by. Skitters through a hallway, stops, hides. Someone passes
Okay.
by.
Okay.
So he's making his way. But after the final course is delivered, everyone kind of eats for a minute. The king stands up and he says, "So I would like to welcome our esteemed guests on this evening. My name is King Harold Stormguard IV. Welcome, Knights of Rathega, and as you are called, the Breaksnecks Club. Is that I'm told?
That is correct, Highness.
Thank you. You escorted my grandfather's best friend home to his resting place. So thank you. Welcome to our fine city, to the kingdom of Oslavana. Now, if I may, dismiss everyone at the table besides the 5 of you, please." As everyone kind of like stops and like looks around. "Leave, please, leave." As everyone kind
Whispers
of
to Hjalthrin and be like, "Meet me at the Hellcat later."
What's the Hellcat?
It's our airship.
Oh.
I'll booze for you.
Okay. As he kind of stands and he walks around with a smile on his face, and everyone kind of stands to leave. You notice there are guards posted at the corners of the room, and he goes, "You two, all of you, everyone out, please." And the guards are dismissed as well. Then he walks towards your end of the table, and he pulls up a seat next to you, and he sits next to you all. And he says, "Thank you for suffering through the bullshit of this court. Welcome."
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, your dwarf is pretty cool. I like him.
Is that a euphemism?
No.
How do you know euphemism?
I heard one of the consuls said it earlier.
Your
Yeah.
Highness.
Yes, that's
Thank you.
yeah.
So, welcome to Oslavar. This is my city, my capital city of my kingdom. A kingdom that my grandfather and your friend Azrael carved from the wretches of a long dead man who ruled via puppetry.
Sounds
We've
like fun
heard
stories.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
It was. And still is.
Well, you've made.
How so?
Still
Yeah,
is.
wait.
Well, if your friend Azrael had taken the throne when he had the chance, we wouldn't be living in this shithole that we live in now. My grandfather was a thief and a liar and a cheat, and Azrael made him king because he was a storm god.
And what do you intend to do with your reign?
Well, what I can. You see, this city is not run by me, or its mayor, or the Council of Five. They all answer to someone. And it's not me.
Well, then who is it?
Every district in this city is run by a crime organization that I'm certain will try to, one of them at least, will try to dig their claws into you sooner rather than later. And I'm just here to tell you that if you choose to go with them and help with their endeavors, you'll make more money than I can offer you, but...
We're not criminals.
Forgive me for saying so, but you're the king.
I am.
Crime organizations
Yes.
running these districts?
Yes.
So you're saying that the mob is more powerful than you are?
At this moment, yes.
So you're a figurehead.
No.
So what have you been doing to address this problem?
Well, as much as I can without one of my consuls slipping their way into my bed chambers and killing me in the night.
Is that a real concern?
Absolutely it is.
Do you know which organization each of your consul is attached to?
No. Unfortunately not.
Can any of them be trusted?
No. None of them can be trusted.
Do you not have your own network of spies? Every king does.
I wish I did, but I'm sure they all answer to someone else as well. That's why I'm speaking to you all, outsiders.
If Asriel would have been a better king since your grandfather was a criminal, why did he not appoint Agrim?
Augur.
Ogrim. He said his shield gives him the right to rule.
Underneath, yes. He rules the dwarven kingdoms under the mountains.
Would it not give him the right to rule Stoneguard?
No.
Then how does it give him the right to rule?
Stormguard is one kingdom in a world of many.
Can't he rule them all? If the
Sure,
shield
if
gives
he
him the right
tried,
to
he
rule?
could.
So
Oh, it's so strange.
So what did you bring us here for? To tell us that we could join an organization?
That I would understand if you did. They're gonna offer you money and power and men, women, whatever you would like. Homes, property, all things that I cannot offer you.
Well, we already have all of that.
So
What kind of people do you think we are?
I don't know.
He doesn't
I've never
know.
met
He's
you
only met
before.
us. So that is my question: is what kind of person are you? But if you could have anything for this country, what would it be? What is your goal for your reign?
To watch these syndicates fall.
To what end?
That the people here can live in peace.
That is what I'm wondering about.
Can I do an insight check?
While she's doing that, is one of these syndicates the Medley?
The what?
The Medley.
I'm sorry, I've never heard of the medley before.
17.
17.
Tell him the truth.
Inside checking. He seems to be telling the truth. There's an ulterior motive that you catch, but not sure what. But he is telling the truth.
So I have a question for you. If you want your people to live in peace, why is there such a disparity here? Why is this region so rich when you go a stone's throw away and everybody's living in squalor?
Because every copper that I throw towards the slums is absorbed by these groups, taken from the hands of those that need it.
So how would you get rid of them? How do you intend to see the people set free?
I have no idea.
You guys want to take down a couple of
Always.
crime organizations?
So I have a kind of tangential question. What of your wife?
Whatever.
She's very sick, sir.
Do you have anybody in your inner circle that you trust?
No. And
Your
I will
children, your brothers, your wife? No one?
tell you if You earn my trust. We can speak more of that matter later.
And what would we have to do for that?
Why do we have to earn your trust? Should you not earn ours instead?
No,
Then why should we help you?
that is up to you.
I think it's an even trade. We learn to trust each other at the same time.
I have nothing to offer you. I can offer you a few coins. I could lie to you and say you have safe harbor in these walls, but
You assume that what we strive for is coin?
no one is to assume you are adventurers, correct?
Adventure? Adventure is not something that you can measure in a coin value.
Maybe in blood.
Adventure is an experience. Adventure is a lifestyle.
Well said.
And who knows? Maybe we'll be friends.
Maybe we will be. I certainly hope so.
Adventure is riding on the back of a chimera.
Mm-hmm. Adventure is, eating the still beating heart right out of its chest.
Oh, that was so delicious. Do you have chimera heart here?
Sadly, no.
So what is quickest way for us to earn trust so we can help your queen? Because Luau does not care for coin. Luau does not care for land. These are things Luau has gone without for most of Luau's life. Luau only wishes to help the people who cannot help themselves, and obviously your wife is in need of help.
Does she deserve it though?
Well,
That's
this
not
is not
for
for
us to
Luau
decide.
to judge. She
We
is a
will
person.
see after one of them made their first offer to.
And how would you know? Unless you're in their coffers as well.
Oh, I am not. I can assure you of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we can trust that assurance because...
You are here alone with me.
And likewise, and we outnumber you, so that means that you trust us at least a bit.
I have no other choice.
You have plenty of other choices. You could let the city go to rot. You could go in to work with one or all of the coalitions. You could abdicate and go travel yourself. You have plenty of options.
But you care.
I do care, yes. My grandfather was a fool,
Some would argue you are as well.
but he was not an evil man. Just made the wrong choices. Let the wrong things grow deep in this city. Every guard captain, every guard, every soldier, every noble, they're in someone's...
So if you had to list the most dangerous and the most powerful organizations in the city, who would you list at the top?
The top. I would probably say...
And if it's a list of 2 or 3, that's fine, but we just need to know who is running the show for the most part.
Well, each is dangerous in their own way. We have the Horde of Victory. They're new. They just wiped out a long-standing organization on the outskirts of the city and moved in.
And what region do they reside in?
Hasto, or Hasto, depending on where you're from.
Is that like Illinois versus Illinois?
Yeah,
Arkansas versus Arkansas?
literally is exactly that.
A lot of people from Illinois pronounce it Illinois, which I don't understand.
Well, they're clearly wrong. They're from Illinois.
So this is Hasto here. In
And
that
what,
district,
what color is that? Like greenish?
like light blue.
Light blue?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're dangerous. They are making moves that no other would make. They kill openly in the streets. They invade other territory. He looks to grow, I believe. And he's very dangerous.
He.
He.
Who is he?
As far as I know, his name is Victory.
Lovely. Okay, so the Horde of Victory. Okay, they follow a single man.
Then, I'd say after that, you have Diggs Blind. They're a bunch of thieves and murderers. They break into homes, murder those inside, and leave with their possessions.
So they're not thieves, they're just murderers.
Mm-hmm.
District?
They reside in Yaxfield, which is... Find it.
I really hope that's a farming community.
It actually is not.
So sad.
That is
To
this
feel the yak.
little group here.
That greenish.
Yep.
Who leads them?
As far as I know, his name is Dick. The rumor is that he's a werewolf. That's the rumor.
Dick the werewolf.
Dig.
I totally heard Dick too.
That's what I heard.
Dig.
Dick's blind.
Dig the
Dig's
werewolf is
blind.
even
Hey, they only
worse.
have one eye.
True
G.
story.
G.
Dick's blind. Well, they have, they have one eye.
One eye. Wear an eye patch and you're blind.
You start crying and you're blind. He's got the weepies.
Oh god,
Third eye blind.
First one.
Then the next two, I would say, would be the Welt and the Blind Seconds. There are two different groups.
The Welt and the Blind Second.
Yes. The first one, the Welt, is run by a tabaxi. He smuggles drugs from Highholt.
What district?
I feel like I know which one we're going after first.
He is in Appmore,
Atmore?
which is the outside group here.
What color is that?
Purple.
Purple.
What's the leader's name?
I'm not sure of his name. Or his sister, who runs the Vestige Might out of Eggenwold, which is this big district here.
That's yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What about the blind second? Was it the Welt's blind second? Was that
Yeah, the blind second.
The
was
Blind
yellow.
Seconds. Yeah, the Blind Seconds is the other one.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're run by the sister of the leader of the Welt. Not sure of her name either.
I thought that was the Vestige
That's
Knight.
mine.
Well, for all we know, he has multiple
Oh, I'm sorry.
sisters.
Because you said the next two were Welts and blind second.
Uh-huh.
But then you said the Welt was the Tabaxi and his sister
Yeah.
ran the Vestige
I
Knights.
misspoke. Sorry, Blind Seconds is run by the sister. I'm sorry.
Okay. So Vestige Might, is that still that yellow area?
No. I'm sorry. Yes, it is. I fucked that up.
Okay.
Back.
So
Yeah.
with the blind second, what area is that?
Baystead is where the other tabaxi is, so that they're neighbors.
Okay, so the purple one is the Welt,
Yep.
and then the blind second is, what color was that?
Red.
Pink. Red.
Based
Yep.
which is red, and then
And that was the Tabaxi sister.
Yes.
Yes.
and then the Vestige Might is yellow.
Yes.
And who is that run by?
The yellow Vestige Might is run by a human male named Ornwolf.
Ornwolf?
Mm-hmm.
What can you tell us of when we were in Azrael's funeral procession? We saw a group with Zephyr on their mantle.
They were dressed in silver?
There were 12 hooded.
We've just been calling them the cults of the Seven. These cults have popped up worshipping these weapons that my grandfather and his companions wielded. They worship them as gods.
The weapons themselves.
Weapons themselves. Yes.
Do you know where we might be able to find any of the members of any of these cults?
They have several hideouts in the city, spread out all across the place. They stay very mobile, so...
Is it hideouts? Is there any reason that they're not allowed to worship in the open for this? Or is there any reason that they would worry for their safety?
The more religious folk tend to give them a little bit of friction and push them out of there.
Okay.
One has question. Because Law keeps hearing 7 thrown around, but there was 5 seekers.
There were.
So where does 7 come from?
The weapons themselves.
There were
So
7
where
weapons.
are the other 2?
They're in the vault, except for Uncle Ogrim's.
The Doom Cradle.
You're right.
Cool
beans.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to look through your hand and talk to
Except we don't remember any of that.
No, we knew
No,
that
we remember
before.
everything.
We just don't remember
Yeah.
the way.
You don't remember.
No, there's
You remember getting up to
in
it.
the vault.
But yeah, no, he
You remember going down
literally
the
just
bottom.
was like, and now you remember this.
There's only 5 in the vault.
That you saw.
There was a 6th one hidden because there was Lilu's,
There were Lilu's. There was Lilu's, Azrael, Sticky's,
Clem.
Clem, and then there was the Doom Cradle, which you guys saw. But there is a 6th one you guys didn't see.
Yeah,
He's
'cause I
really
was
mad
busy
because Luau did not
going
use
crazy.
detect magic, and he had a whole thing written out.
That he didn't. Okay.
But Luau was in mourning and knew
Yes.
that it was magical and did not want to push Sill's buttons by.
And then he says, "But there is one that I fear more than the others. One group. Its leader. They're simply just called the Mallet.
Nice, because they like to hammer down anything that stands up.
They are extortionists. They trade in information. They find information, dirt, as they call it, on the nobility, on the councilmen. They are the ones who facilitate the ability for the others to gain advantage over.
Do they have a district?
They do.
Is
And
it this
what
one?
is the name of that group?
The Mallet.
The Mallet.
No, I thought you said that was the name of the leader.
No,
No, it's
the
the
Mallet is the name of the group, and they're in what's called they're in the Wedge or Sheffield, which is this bluish area here.
Okay, shaped like a wedge,
Yep.
easy enough.
Blue cheese.
And he says the leader of the group, his name is Marstier Stormguard.
Stormguard.
Oh, that's lovely.
He's family.
So he claims.
I mean, your grandfather wasn't quite a Stormguard either, though, was he?
He claims that he is my uncle. My illegitimate uncle. Which, knowing my grandfather, would not be outside of his purview.
Why do you fear them more than any other?
Because they give the rest of them ammunition.
Without them, the rest lose much of their ability to gain advantages over those that wish not to have sway held by these groups.
So we go to them.
So you believe that most of the nobility serves these?
Or you could just put,
Factions.
good people in charge who don't have anything to be held over them.
Everybody has something to be held over them.
I don't.
This is Oslavar Gudun.
So import a bunch of turtles and you'll be good.
The cult of the 7. Do they wish to take the 7?
The cults of the 7. Each weapon has its own cult. But no, they wish to facilitate the ascension of these weapons to godhood.
So does that mean they wish to obtain said weapons?
No, not that I'm aware of. They haven't caused any disturbances. Again, it's the other religious orders that push against them.
Well, that does not mean to speak out of turn. You say not aware of, but this is the same man who claims to not have heard of Medley, who is one of the biggest organizations.
Remember that we are on another continent right now,
we're on a
though.
completely
that
different-
houses the home base of the Medley in the next town over. It's in my notes. Because that's where my unicorn horn is.
Helmet? No.
Yeah.
So, if I may ask, how would we find the mallet if we were looking?
I honestly have no idea, but I am sure that they will come to you.
Feel like hang around in the wedge.
I was gonna say, yeah, let's just.
So you are king of all of Oslo?
Varna.
The country or just the city?
The kingdom, yes, the whole country.
So
From High Pass in the south,
So Helvik as well?
Helvik as well.
Where's the
How
city
is
of Ash?
Helvik?
How is Helvik? It's a town. They mainly are a defensive position from the east, but it's a town. There are farmlands, and it's where the Seekers had their home base when they were adventuring.
When was the last time you were there?
When I was still a prince, but 4 or 5 years ago.
How long ago did you become king?
2 years ago.
Was that ceremonial or was that when your father passed?
That's when my grandfather passed. He outlived his sons
But I thought the grandfather only passed a few months ago.
a couple of years ago.
Okay.
What do you know of the city?
It was a few months ago at the start of the campaign, about a year ago. Yeah.
Yeah, because our 6 months.
What do you know of the city of Ash?
I'm not aware of what that is.
It's in your kingdom.
No, it's not. That's in Lunda.
I have no. I have it right here. Oslo. It's in Oslo.
It's not.
You told me wrong.
Look it up on the map.
It's not on the map.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Marriage, guys.
It's not.
Marriage.
It's not.
This is what brings us together. Marriage is blessed
So Will
arrangement.
needs to get out of
Good.
fancy
You told me wrong.
clothes and look haggard and go looking for these welts and blinds.
Well, hold on a
Would they know who we
second.
are? I mean, would they know who we are?
Well,
Oh,
might
yes.
be able to look like any other.
Okay, but
peasant
remember the town
Tabaxis.
crier had no idea who we were.
I'm sure that word has spread like wildfire that the Knights of
Who
Elfin
out in
have.
disguise, so.
Okay, fine. Do you want to be seen or not? If not, then we won't be. Well, we probably will be because.
Okay, what we
Tabaxi
looking
looking
for
for other Tabaxi will not see him as weird as.
So these.
However, we can also just do things like be like, hey, we're crazy wacky adventurers who just want to go get drunk in a random region, and
look
that's
for terrible, horrible drugs that come out.
yeah, exactly.
Where's
that's
the
a
biggest
real
whorehouse in
easy
the
entry.
wedge?
Yes.
It's a really like he's gonna admit if he
You
knows.
don't say whorehouse.
Come on, we're all amongst friends here.
I'm not fully aware of
Oh,
Please.
come on. We're amongst friends here. I won't tell anybody.
I really hope you actually don't. Wait, insight check. Because I really,
I
really,
already-
really hope that you
make
don't
an insight
know.
check. Make an
I
insight check.
really hope that he's not being an asshole.
She wants to look through Phantom's eyes.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, see, I told you. You got it.
21!
21. Tell him the truth.
Yay! He's
So
not
I
a
need-
cheating asshole.
We need to speak to one of his soldiers who knows where the best whorehouse in the wedge is, and that's where we need
Okay,
to go.
here's the thing. It doesn't matter if it's the best whorehouse. Any whorehouse.
The secret
yeah, but
whorehouse.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not trying to catch anything.
Oh, I thought we were looking for information.
That's
not
what I
for
thought.
food.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are
but
we
it
looking
doesn't
for
mean we
information?
can't do both. God, you guys are so judgy.
Okay, but
best.
remember this. All these girls are trafficked.
Gross. Okay. So.
Cool. I didn't need the guilt trip. You.
So he says, and again, they'll come with a lucrative offer.
Well, that's fine.
Why have you been unable to do anything about them yourself?
Because they can outpay everything that I can pay for those that I want to buy loyalty from.
You don't buy loyalty.
I know that, but in this town you have
Why
to.
are they able to outpay? If you are the king and you are taxing the entire country,
Because they have more money than the entire country.
how? If they are running in a single district, they're getting money from that amount of people. You are getting that money from an entire
They
country.
control shipments in and out of the city. This is the main trade hub to the east.
Yeah, but
the
still,
west
only that one region is controlled.
I understand.
It's fine. Yeah.
But I do not collect all of those taxes. Every time it changes hands, more leaves the coffers.
One more
That
question.
finally makes sense.
If these people weren't entrapped by whatever information is being held over them, do you think they would be loyal to you?
A few, maybe.
And the rest of them?
I'd rather watch them hang.
Who would you trust the most out of them?
Out of all of them,
Mm-hmm. And who would you trust the least?
Out of all of them, the one I would trust the most would be Keenbreaker.
So our Goliath friend.
Mm-hmm. And the one I would trust the least, Hjalfrin.
Dang it!
No, this is good. This means you can get him drunk and get information out of him.
Yeah, I know, but I liked him.
You can still like him up until
We get him drunk
he
enough,
gets-
maybe he'll get disadvantage on some.
And who knows, he might actually be trustworthy. You never know. Why do you not trust him? And why do you trust Keenbreaker?
Hjalfrin is eager to flaunt his ability to control things over me.
If we
And he did actually, now that I think about it, seem just a little bit seditious during dinner. Dang it.
if we take care of your crime problem, can you commit to aiding us against the Crimson King?
We need to just drop the
Make a
fucking bomb.
persuasion
Can
check.
we all assist, like quadruple advantage?
Hang on.
Can Luell assist?
Skill challenge.
Oh my gosh.
Everyone make charisma checks. Just charisma checks.
Oh yeah.
And then we'll see how that affects her.
I got this.
Hang on.
Okay. 12.
Oh!
Okay.
Okay. That's good. That's really good.
Fucking life. 9. Fucking 9.
Don't you have a
Same
plus
dice
to
and
charisma?
so
I have plus 0, so 12.
12.
Natural 20 with that dice.
So, I'll let you add an extra 1 to your roll.
Mother.
If you have it, you can spend it.
What is he gonna be like really offended? Or like what's gonna
Are
happen?
you gonna spend your coin, or are you
What's gonna happen if we keep that? Are we in trouble? Like why?
No, it's trying to help
Yeah.
convince him to put his entire
Do I still
support
get to add the
behind
one?
helping
Yeah.
less people.
19 bitches!
Much better.
Yes.
He says, "You want me to be the king that found a way to eliminate the crime syndicates in the city and then lead an army across the sea to unseat the Crimson King?"
We don't have to lead them.
Doesn't
You just have to lend us. an
That
army.
sounds like a king that goes down in legend.
It does indeed.
Yeah.
You free this city of its crime, Oslovana and all of her warriors will be by your side.
Dang right.
Yeah.
Ooh, so
I'm gonna show my hand and like
Wins.
shake on it.
He reaches out and he shakes your hand. Nasara. Phantom finally makes his way into a bedchamber. You see, the queen. She is kneeling in front of her bed as she's kind of just ripping clothes off of her body, quicker than she's. Not as fast as she wants to, but you can tell she's trying to just get out of her clothes. And as she rips off a piece of clothing, you see that there are these black lines running through her veins up to her neck, kind of from her chest, from her back, as she kind of rips off it. And you see that they each pulse, like with their heartbeat. And with each pulse, it looks like there's just like hot blood running through them. And as she kind of tears her clothes off, you notice that there is something being burned into the back, because the way Phantom's looking down at her from the back, you see that there's like this image of something being burned into her clothes as she rips her clothes off. And you see this incomplete triangle that burns red on her back, where all of these veins run from to her front, over her shoulders and to her front.
Okay. I'm going to can I like telepathically call him back? Do I have to like say anything?
No, you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, I've seen enough. I'm gonna call him back.
Okay.
And then I'll, obviously not right now, but I'll tell him about it later.
Okay. So, as that happens, and he pledges his allegiance to your cause. says, well, on that, I have much to attend to this evening. Welcome to Oslavar.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Don't thank me yet.
I'm gonna just walk out.
He stands and leaves. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Ooh. Sheesh. That was intense.
Right?
Well, I do best, guys. Alright, everybody, thank you for tuning in and watching. It's been a pleasure. Make sure to keep an eye out for our past episodes. They're going to keep getting uploaded on Mondays. Our next stream will be Mondays with the Ministries. Danny?
Yes.
Okay. On Monday, Danny will be streaming something.
Probably mini paintings. I got a lot of.
I was gonna say,
I know we have so many
actually, do you want to take? Can you take both of these?
Yes.
Danny, do we have an ETA for when the vaccine is going up?
Oh, it was streamed live, so
I was never given that file, so.
I thought it was going to the YouTubes. I thought it was going to the YouTubes. So we streamed it live on Instagram. It's still available on Facebook.
We have a downloaded we have a video copy of evidence of it.
Because I still haven't been able to see it either.
So keep an eye on YouTube. We'll let you
Coming
know.
up on Friday, hopefully.
Yes, watch
fake
those. They're
billing.
so fun.
If not, then Saturday.
They're super
but
fun.
We're shooting for Friday.
Yay!
So yeah, keep an eye out. Eventually, you'll see a video uploaded on YouTube where you get to watch me get my chest waxed.
You little baby hairs.
I know! You had to get so close to the camera to see them.
It's not much his chest is waxed, more like his autopsy scars are like waxed.
Yeah.
Like
Autopsy scars?
No, the wine is
Because I literally, my hair is like.
Yeah, it's literally the autopsy
Because his
wine
Y
Mom
sequence.
did such a good job of avoiding the nipples.
I know, we should have said, like, get your
She did not want it. Oh, she would
Your
not have done
pubes
that.
waxed.
The wife would have done it, right?
Get the happy
You have-
trail
you
on.
have
yeah.
matches-
want her doing
What
that.
was it you said? $3,000?
I would have been cackling like,
Yes, I did say that if you guys donate $3,000 in 2 months, I'll get my entire legs waxed on screen.
I'll do it too, so it'll be a
Dude,
horribly painful
for
job.
$6,000, I'd
Okay,
get a bikini.
whatever.
I wouldn't even
The
care.
toes, though, because that will be painful.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Yes,
for
the toes
$6,000
too.
you won't-
For $6,000, I'd get a bikini wax.
Just
We're not allowed to show that.
You don't have to show
No,
it.
subscribe only Discord.
He can wear a banana hammock, and we can just do the bikini line.
Instead of 2 months, we do 3 months, 1,000 a month. Does that seem?
Sure,
Starting in-
$1,000.
Looking for $6,000, you can pluck my
Not for
asshole.
her.
$3,000.
I think most people let Mindy do that just one at a time.
No, see, the thing is, I think most people would pay $6,000 to not see that.
So unless we get 6,000 over 3 months,
So
we're
in
gonna
2 weeks,
Butthole.
you guys have 2 weeks.
No,
of-
don't say that.
You have 2 weeks to donate $6,000. I'm gonna live stream my house.
So you guys have 3 months, $3,000. If you get $3,000 donations in 3 months from the stream, I will get my legs waxed.
Help
on
us
stream.
get new equipment.
Yes, all the money you guys donate goes to new equipment. It goes to
It goes to making the stream better
Yeah.
for you.
It'll probably be funny if I do the waxing of his legs because I will make it horrible on purpose.
Yay!
You mean it'll actually hurt and not be lackluster?
No, what you need to do is
I'll
have
still
somebody
power
like
through it.
Yeah.
I'm still
Lynn or
getting your response
David
out of it.
wax, who's probably never waxed before.
Well, see, I've
and
never
has
waxed
no
before
idea.
either.
I know, but they're also guys, so they have no
They'll be
idea.
like,
Gosh.
yeah,
Well-
they'll go with the hair as opposed to against
yeah,
the hair.
Well, thanks for tuning in tonight.
Yes, guys. Yeah.
Because it's next week, right back here on Dice Ministry for Crit Chicks.
Back where?
It's right here.
There will be an announcement very soon about the return of Natural One as well.
Yes. True story. All right, rerun to be airing after this. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, guys.